Now we're live and doing a podcast. Now we can ask the questions about the episode.
Can I? It's
all right.
It's all kosher now.
Yeah, but let me play a theme song.
Yes, please do.
Let me play 5 seconds of a theme song.
There you go.
This is not a test.
That's not a theme song.
It's what I call a theme song. Here, how about this?
It's a bomb! He's got a bomb!
Welcome to the LIW Anthology Series Review, episode 110, inside number 9. There's music in that one. That's a theme song. Okay.
It's whimsical.
Inside 9404 to Having the Hold. Phoenix West over here. Dick Ticket over there.
Hi.
We just finished this episode.
I really like this episode a lot.
Okay.
I'm just going off the top. I'm saying I think I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit. It was very, very well done. It was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's the simplicity of it. It was so simple and such a slow burn where you're just like, something's got to be going on here. There's got to be more to it than this, because it's not just about an unhappy 20-year married couple or whatever. There's got to be more going on, because it has all those tropes of, like, you know, the marriage that's wilted and
on the rocks,
and you know, there's no love anymore. It's just dried out, and the husband is aloof and the wife is trying, but she made a mistake, so he can't forgive her for this mistake, and you think that has something to do with it, but then, oh no.
Yeah, they're clearly going for that trope. The marriage on the rocks, only because it's like it's gone stagnant, their love. There's a great scene in the beginning where she comes home and there's some suspicion going on. We don't know who the suspicion should be on. But then she has that thing. She's like, "I did our vows for our, we do our vows. They're
gonna renew their vows."
What are you messing with over there?
Nothing.
It is so loud. It's so loud.
They're VHS covers. I got a bunch of VHSs for 10 cents a piece, and I'm going to see if I can flip them for money, because there's a market for VHSs now, like old monster movie VHSs.
Okay.
Like I have The Thing from Another World here on VHS.
Ooh. Which is
kind of, they're just neat. They're kind of neat, but it's a bygone era. But these are, classic movies that people might, I don't know, people have been buying them. I don't know, some places. Sealed VHSs are going for thousands of dollars, which is insanity. Did you see how much Back to the Future sold?
No.
The original Back to the Future video release, sealed, I think went for $75,000 at auction. Somebody spent $75,000. And it was from the private collection of, you'll never guess who.
Matt Dillon.
Biff Tannen himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think that's why he had a bunch of Back to the Future stuff.
He needed the money.
That he was selling. I think he's fine. He's got money. I think this was like, a bunch of shit he wanted to sell. People are buying this shit. Why not sell it? And congratulations. Good on him. He made a nice penny, because he sold a lot more than just, he had like multiple VHSs that sold for, the one sealed first edition sold for $75,000.
To Having to Hold.
To Having to Hold. Did not cost $75,000.
To talk about To Having to Hold.
Look at the stubble. It's gray. It's white.
Yours or mine?
Mine.
Mine's only white over here.
This is stubble. Like, this is like, if I could let this grow out, I'd be like I'd be Gandalf.
You're like Jack Black now.
I'm going to tell you a story. There was a time when I would care about people, and I don't.
Inside number 9 news. I do have season 7 now, or series 7, as the Brits say.
Series 7 of Inside. Oh, God. Wrong.
Episodes include Merrily Merrily, Mr. King, 9 Lives Cat, Kidnap, A Random Act of Kindness, and Wise Owl.
Huh.
I got some. We'll do them soon.
And that's the new season?
That's the new season.
Oh,
Just
wow.
finished up early this month.
Oh, wow. Okay. So they're still kicking.
Yeah, still going.
And nobody talks about it. Again, I still have not heard anybody talk about this show outside of us. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, like in mainstream circles, like people who do this kind of thing, and I mention it to people, and no one ever seems to know what the show is.
It's a dark spot for sure.
It's like a gem that it's like we've discovered the Spice Channel when you're like 12 and you have the code to get it for free,
phone.
but it's unjumbled because you have like you have that the black box or whatever. Remember back in the day the black box where you can get cable for free and you got every channel for free. You just had to pay that shiesty crooked cable guy $50 to like just all you had to do is plug something in and you're set for ever.
Yeah, but then he like follows you around and shows up at your basketball games. And
what's up, bro?
No,
you like Arliss, bro?
Let's play this.
You like the Arliss? Yeah.
I learned the facts of life by watching the facts of life.
Oh, I get it. You're doing a cable guy thing.
The cable
the movie. I was just speaking in general.
No, I was doing a specific because you get tips him the $20 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's offensive. I will not be bribed. No, I'm just joshing with you. I just watched it.
To be late, and then let's see what else is over here. Oh, look at this. This is the big one right here.
Oh God, we're talking about this episode.
Yeah, we are. Let's talk about it.
We are. We're not.
That's great.
You're sidetracked by your shiny toys over there.
My shiny VHS boxes, my plastic boxes that I hopefully will sell. No, this episode was great. I really liked it a lot. I was just like the slow burn, the pace, the acting, because the wife, whoever played the wife, that actress was fantastic. And this is one where was this Shearsmith who was the star or Pemberton?
This is Shearsmith.
This is Shearsmith.
No,
he never.
Pemberton. Sorry, Pemberton.
It's Pemberton. Because usually
Reese comes in late.
Reese is always kind of the main guy usually.
Yeah.
And Pemberton, he doesn't really get it. I don't really see much of him. I mean, you see him, but not like a whole episode. This was pretty much his episode, and he was just great. Like, he's just so perfectly weird. It's perfectly eerie and creepy, but yet normal. Like pulling, like it's just so. It was great. It was great. I loved it. I thought it was a great episode.
It was. I mentioned halfway through, I'm like getting Mr. Brooks vibes.
Yeah.
Right before the reveal.
Right before the reveal with a giant arm. But that still didn't make any sense. That arm was like 50 feet long.
Yeah.
What was that about? Was that just us not understand like the angle, or she's the French woman? She's just got a really long
that they used. I don't know.
I guess because that was
maybe Doug Jones played her in the other room.
Maybe because
he plays
because I was thinking, is this like he's got a monster in there? Like that's what gets him off, is this weird monster. But it wasn't that. It was much more normal than that. Yeah. He was just a guy that kidnapped the maid and kept her in a basement.
I'm glad they didn't go too weird with it.
Yeah.
They went weird enough where it was creepy. They didn't like have a fucking demon in there. It wasn't
right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like it was an alien. He's just like, I want to fuck the alien. But there was nice little clues when she comes home from work and she has the pot noodles.
Yeah. You got your pot noodles.
I got your pot noodles. And I thought they were marijuana because they were in a green box. Come on.
So dumb.
But they're not. It was basically cup of noodle. That's all it was. Pure sodium.
Yeah, it's a really simple. He's doing jigsaw puzzle. She comes home. They have a boring conversation, and then they have read their boring vows. His is very. We are renewing our vows because we are signing this piece of paper that says we are legal. It's like, and he goes, well, I found it online in his great voice. And she goes, where? Lesbianweddings.com.
That was so great. Oh God. These guys are so great. This show is such a gem. It just brings a smile to your face every time you watch it.
Even the bad episodes.
Like even the bad episodes have something good in them.
I still loved.
Yeah, they're all well done. Just the acting's just superb. The writing is great.
They could film themselves writing this episode in the most boring way, and I'd still like it more than most episodes that we've done of Alcoa Goodyear Theater.
Or don't even mention that.
Kraft and macaroni cheese.
Don't ever speak their names again.
God, or Chiller, or whatever the hell we did.
Shiver? Was it
We
Shiver?
did Chiller.
The Chiller or Shiver?
No, Shiver something else. Chiller was the, and there was Visions, whatever had Henry.
Yeah, that's what I was, the Henry Rollins show. I thought that was Shivers. I guess
No.
not.
I think it's called like Chilling Vision.
With Brian Dennehy and Carrie Elwes in the most.
Well, let's go to the board.
Oh my! Look at that! Jesus Christ!
It's like a few episodes behind.
The 10 Commandments of Podcasting times 35.
That was over here. The Chiller 105, number 6.
Wow!
And then we did Night Visions, Quiet Please. I think that was the Brian Dennehy one.
Yes.
Night Visions and Chiller. Yeah, it's this show is hard to get away from. I keep putting it on our calendar because I just want to get through them all. I just want to watch them. I want to watch them all.
That's the thing, and we have the opportunity because they are all on HBO Max, but we've made that promise to ourselves. They're not HBO.
Anymore.
What?
I went to go show my wife the A Quiet Night In episode, like I keep saying I was going to do.
They're gone.
It wasn't there. You have to subscribe. You can get it on Hulu, but you have to subscribe to BritBox.
That's horseshit.
And I looked up BritBox, and it's expensive for what it is. I'm like, I'm not going to use BritBox that much.
How much is BritBox? Like $60?
No, it was like $6 a month, but I'm not going to use it that much.
Oh, $6 a month. That's nothing.
No, but I don't need it. I have these episodes.
You could literally $6 a month. It's like, oh, right. I can't pay the bills because that's $6 a month for BritBox has fucked me.
Says the guy without kids.
This is true, and I live in a house by myself, and I have lots of toys around. Oh god, that's a bitch! I'm telling you, I'm putting my den together, my collector room. What a fucking nightmare that is! Putting figures in a row on a stacked acrylic thing with putty to make sure they don't fall. It's a fucking nightmare. It's going to take forever.
That sounds awful.
It's horrible.
The time, resources to do that. Oh my god.
It's just so awful. Like I had to take a week off of work to do this.
Nobody's ever had it worse.
To move in, I feel so sorry for myself. No, I'm kidding. There's so many miserable people out there. I'm so fucking lucky. My life is a bliss. And just wait till I get my office built. It's going to be a whole new world, baby.
I can't even have my office to myself because her workspace is right there.
Don't have that shit here. Don't got a bitch coming in my space. Do I really want one?
That's why I went to these because it just takes up less room.
I really just want someone to love me. I want a French maid in my basement.
They're gonna say like, "Help me."
Probably eventually LIW in hell. Just like Batman Returns. Hello there, hell here. She breaks them. Yeah. But this episode was great.
We'll talk about Batman Returns a lot.
I'll bring it up every time. I love that movie.
Oh yeah.
Now would you say Batman Returns is a top tier Batman for you, or is it more or less
number 4?
Number 4? Oh, after the trilogy, Dark Knight trilogy. No, that's I would put it after Batman Begins. Mine would be Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Batman Returns, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? I wouldn't even do that. I would say Mask of the Phantasm is better than Dark Knight Rises.
We're just going live action. We're not going.
I know, but Mask of the Phantasm to me counts because that's a great one.
There's too many of those cards. There's like
I don't watch those. Yeah, I don't count those.
Too many. So that's why I did. Yeah. You exclude those.
I exclude those because of one reason: they don't go to theaters. Mask of Phantasm did go to theaters. And so, it made no money.
It was fucking Academy. I don't care if it went to theaters.
A huge
cartoon.
It made no money, but it was such a great movie.
You know what should have been awesome, but wasn't? Was the Killing Joke. That
I didn't watch it. Yeah, I can't. I don't watch those. I just don't like them. I don't like the cartoon versions. I just don't watch them.
It was not good.
Yeah, because they get
so bored.
Well, they get actors to play the characters that just don't fit. The voices don't work for me. Like The Dark Knight Returns was Peter Weller as an old Bruce Wayne, which
Yeah.
was fine. The voice was okay, but it's like eh. And then the guy from Ben from Lost was the Joker.
Okay.
So that was an
I
interesting.
could see him kind of doing a different.
Those
take
are
on it.
those are all on HBO Max too. But that's the only. I watched it for a couple. I couldn't get into it because I don't watch cartoons. I really don't. I don't like the rated R, like not rated cartoons. Oh, they're edgy. It's just like, what's the cartoon? It's like, eh.
Killing Joke's rated R. It doesn't need to be.
No. And
The scene where he shoots Barbara wasn't as violent as I thought it was going to be.
Well, doesn't Batman and Batgirl fuck in Killing Joke? In the movie, not the comic.
No, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember that happening. Then again, I was severely bored for most of it.
Because I think it was that one, or it might have been another one, but it was a huge uproar in the fandom because Batman fucked Barbara Gordon, like on the rooftops. It was Batgirl, and Batman fucking, and they didn't like it. It was just like kind of awkward and weird. And like, why would that be in the movie? It doesn't, because Batman wouldn't do that because Barbara Gordon's like a girl and Batman's a man. And Batman's like, he could fuck Catwoman. It's like Catwoman, Batgirl. There's a difference there.
Yeah.
Talia al Ghul.
I don't remember a sex scene, but I was so bored that it probably happened.
Right. Yeah.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I watched it when it came out, and I was like, because I love the comic.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
And it turned me off to like ones I want to watch, like Batman Ronin. And then there's Batman. Is that any good? Have you seen that?
Like I said, is Batman Ronin the anime one?
Yeah, but I want to watch like the weird style combination.
I saw it. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Damn, I like Under the Red Hood.
Right.
That one's good. And then a couple more came out. Like I want to see the Batman versus the Ninja Turtles. I want to watch that. And then I want to watch the. They have the Apocalypse one, right? Under the Doomsday one.
No, Apocalypse and Doomsday, same thing.
I'm trying to remember if
in DC.
what's it called? What's the
was Doomsday?
I think it's versus Doomsday or something like that.
Something like that.
But anyway, I want to watch those, but I'm never going to.
Yeah.
Also, they have Batman 88 or Batman 89. Batman 66 they have as well.
Yeah, Batman 89 though, is that a cartoon? It's a cartoon?
I think they redid I'm probably thinking of the wrong thing, but there is a Batman 66 which I want to watch.
I know there's a Batman
version of the show that
Okay, I know there's a Batman 89 comic book series.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Because I have them and I read them.
You told me about
They're
that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's just Billy D. Williams is Two-Face.
The 66 I want to watch.
Yeah.
That looks like a fun one. Not because I grew up on that show.
Yeah.
But all right, so having the whole
I kind of want to buy that on Blu-ray, the Batman original series.
They have. If you go out, I don't know about Blu-ray on for the original series, the animated series.
No, I have the animated series.
Oh yeah, I
have that. I mean the 66 Batman. Yeah, I kind of want to get that just for shits and giggles.
Actually, pretty cheap too when you look it up.
Yeah, it's a fun show, and I grew up on.
Right now. It's pretty cheap for what it is.
Is it okay?
All my Batman toys that I love, like I will never get rid of, are from the 66.
Or
I have the Joker, the surfboard.
Yeah.
I love it.
And now McFarlane's doing a bunch of them. He got the license, so he's doing those 66 figures again.
Love it.
No.
Let's get back to having the hold, because the next scene after what we're talking about is out of nowhere. Oh, he has a scene where he reveals that he was following her, and she was having lunch with the guy that she was supposedly not talking to anymore, because she was going to try to get work for him because they're behind on bills.
Yep.
And then it cuts to them. He's sitting there doing a puzzle, and she walks in a nurse's outfit, and she goes,
"Yeah,
Miss Shafter, Mr. Dick Shafter.
Dick Shafter.
The doctor's ready for you." And she calls him into the other room, and they have a really awkward hand job scene that goes on for like 6 minutes.
So funny. It's so perfect.
Can't show much from the show, but I want to watch that. Not the hand job, but just the.
No, but the angle that they chose, because they have like this big sort of like couch, like love seat couch that he's on, and the arms like basically are covering the side, so you can't see the action, but you can hear it. Just the wet sloppy jerk off.
The episode does have a framing device with these things for like a wedding. So this one's in
Yes.
sickness and in health.
Mr. Shafter,
Yes.
Yes.
Dick Shafter.
That's all I'll play.
And she's dressed in the nurse outfit, which is like the lamest, cheapest nurse outfit you can find.
Yeah. It was clearly what they got at whatever the UK equivalent of Party City is.
Because that's where she works.
Is it?
She works at some kind of. I felt like it was their version of Big Lots, which doesn't exist anymore. Like a secondhand store.
Big Lots doesn't exist anymore.
They're hard to find. They're getting harder and harder to find.
Oh, okay.
They're still around, but they've downsized quite a bit. And now Best Buy's starting to downsize quite a bit too.
Best Buy's hours are like 11 to 4.
Yeah, they're not like it used to be.
You know how I showed you that slipcover for? I'll show this for example. The slipcover for American Psycho, where you pull it off and it reveals Patrick's face. They have one for Cabin in the Woods now.
Oh shit!
Where it's like the cabin, and then you pull up slipcover and it shows like what's their names down below. It shows them.
Oh yeah. That's cool.
Richard and Jeff. What's this guy's name? Anyway, doesn't matter. Point is, I want to go see that, but I went to Best Buy at fucking like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, they're still not open on a Wednesday.
That's ridiculous.
Shit they got going on.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
well, the Best Buy here is downsizing. I guess my buddy just went there and he said they cut half the store is sealed off with tarp and tape and all that shit because they're making it a hub for distribution for online stuff. And it's not even going to be a store anymore. They're just doing all online sales now because nobody shops there.
Yeah. I bought stuff off Amazon or BestBuy.com, but I can't tell you the last time I bought something in the store.
Right. Yeah. It was just
right now in the store. You just can't.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. You can't.
Oh, yeah. This scene is fucking erotic.
Look at that. That angle's so perfect. And she's got like oil or something, and he's like, "Oh, don't stain. Don't
Let me get
stain
a towel."
He said, "Oh, I don't want to stain something." Okay.
I just want to show his face in the beginning when she's doing her vows, and he thinks she's done because she's talked about a paragraph.
Oh, I think that's.
We have been through a lot, and through all those.
That's it. That's all I want to show.
It's hilarious.
BBC will shut us down, so that'll be it.
Yeah.
But goddamn, his face makes me laugh every single time I see it.
Oh, yeah, it's just fantastic.
Immediate.
It's so damn funny. He's just, I don't know. These guys just that fucking damn English know how to act. You know, it's like they invented it or something.
They didn't invent it.
Well, the Greeks, but still, whatever.
Stop playing with your goddamn plastic. It's so loud.
Can you hear that? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I apologize. It was a habit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need idle hands.
I got a lot made, so I'm good. I think they gave me like 20.
I wasn't worried about you falling behind.
Don't worry. It's for the con next Sunday. I got to do a Comic Con and sell some shit.
Con! Oh, that
con for 2. We haven't had one for 2 years because of COVID. So I paid for this booth for 2 years, waiting for it to finally happen.
How does that happen?
Because they canceled it 2 years in a row.
But they take your money still?
Yeah. Well, they just said if you paid, we'll just if you want your money back, we'll give it to you. But if not, we'll just have it go to the next show.
Okay, so that's
fine. Okay. Yeah, and I just says like, yeah, whatever. But it was 2 years. Like the first year, 2020 didn't happen. 2021, they said, well, we feel like it's not appropriate yet. I was like, you motherfuckers. And now here we are, 2022. Finally, at the end of June, my birthday. So it's my 40th birthday working a fucking Comic-Con selling shit.
Oh, no.
That's my life. That's my life. Yeah, you got it good with your wife and kids and shit.
Poor man.
I'm going to be in a car museum selling my wares, selling my VHSs here.
I can't believe your birthday's already here.
I know. It's fucking
so it's,
time flies.
Fucking it's 8 days away, right? 26?
Well, yeah, Sunday. It's next
God
Sunday.
damn.
No, it's crazy.
I remember I feel like you just had your 39th.
Well, yeah, it was last year.
I know, but it feels like it was
Yeah,
months ago.
it's weird. Yeah, no, you get older, time flies faster. It's weird.
I don't like
It's
it.
like your kid's gonna be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I'm gonna be beating the shit out of him.
He said, "Dad,
locking him in my basement.
why are you watching MST again? It's fucking shit.
That show's 50 years old now.
That show's not funny, and you're not funny, and I hate you."
You cried for a week when they all died.
I'm a girl, by the way, because the society tells me I'm a girl. I'm transgender, Dad. No, you're not. I saw you jerking off to women. Yeah, but shut up.
I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, okay, you're great. You're a chick. That's fine. You watch your fucking mouth about MST. You watch your fucking mouth.
That's he's trying to get you, but like he says all this, I'm gay, Dad. What about Tom Servo?
I will help you with the surgery. I'll rip your dick off now.
He's funny. Tom Servo's funny. Oh, well, I love you, son. You want to watch Werewolf with Emilio Estevez's uncle?
Oh God, Joe Estevez.
Joe Estevez.
And that girl. And that guy with a big forehead that becomes
the werewolf.
Werewolf.
I'm saying Werewolf, but he's in both.
Yeah.
Joe Estevez.
Yeah, that's
two great episodes.
You might not think I'm in this movie, but I am.
That's a werewolf.
I quote that one a lot when we watch bad movies, and there's some of the character. Even during Sopranos, I was doing that with some of the characters. I'm like, I'm still in the show. Anytime they show the therapist,
we're doing that tonight too, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, so we should wrap up this episode.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah, you're good idea. I'm sorry.
So the setup, this is IMDb tribute. There's only 3 pieces. We'll give our scores and we'll do our ranking and get out of here.
Sounds good.
I love the episode, first of all.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
we both did. The setup is clearly based on the case of Joseph Fritzl, who kept his daughter locked in a basement for years, fathering children with her. The reference to the most boring man in the world echoes what many neighbors of Fritzy said about him. Agnes says in Polish to her son. It's Polish, not French.
Oh, okay. Polish.
Hi, darling. Would you like to give dinner to Daddy? Remember to lock the door.
Well, I figured it was Daddy. Yeah,
no,
I figured that was his kid.
Well, she's in there 9 years. He's 6, 7.
Yeah, there you go.
In the episode The Harrowing, which was our first episode of this series, episode 6, Katie says, "You are all mad. You're worse than the Fritzes. This story is clearly inspired by the case of Joseph Fritzl."
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give this one a 9.
I agree. I will say 9 as well.
It has an exact 8.0 on IMDb.
That's fair. It's accurate.
With 1,400 views. Let's go to our ranking here. Let me zoom in before I screen share. This is going to be a tricky one. All right, screen sharing now. Now that you can see the font. To have in the hold. I liked it more than those ones, I can say at the very least.
I liked it more than the 12 Days of Christine.
What?
I liked it more than 12 Days of Christine.
Did you like it more than Once Removed?
Which one was Once Removed?
Let's find out.
I can't remember.
Once Removed.
Oh, it's the one where they moved. They had the assassin.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That was pretty good. I'd say.
I think I did like it more than Once Removed.
Yeah, I would say yeah. I'd say the Bill is still pretty good.
I don't want to put it above the Bill for me personally.
The Bill's better, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, Down and Hold. Yeah, I would say yeah, that right there. I like that.
I keep telling you, the Bill is the one I rank way higher than you probably will.
Well, no, because the Bill's great because it's just so much fun. The Bill's a wonderful episode.
Okay, so it's the 4th best episode to have in the hold.
Yeah.
Once Removed is right behind it, the episode that preceded it.
No.
443. Yeah.
I like this
one
list.
On my list. If I were to do this personally, this one would be a little higher.
Deadline. Oh, that's the one with the haunted stage or the haunted.
Yeah.
One.
I like the way they did it. I loved it.
Well, you can put it. You can put that one above Trial of Elizabeth Gadge.
But Tom and Jerry, I don't know. You know what I mean?
The Deadline was fun.
How do you plead?
I would say replace How Do You Plead with Deadline. That's fine.
Okay.
Elizabeth Gadge was funny, but I saw the twist coming a mile away.
Yeah, Deadline was just fun. I don't want to put.
Deadline's
I do think 12 Days of Christine is better than Deadline.
Okay.
So that's a good spot for it.
Yeah.
This is probably where I would have it personally.
Yeah, that's fine. That works. I like that.
That was the one we had a disagreement of earlier, so we moved it down. Okay. All right. So, loved the episode. We both gave it a 9. Fucking solid one. I did kind of guess what's going to happen, but not far enough in advance where it annoyed me.
Well, I think that, again, the thing that threw us off was the long arm reaching for the pot of soup, the pot of noodles, because it looked elongated, looked alien. So it was kind of like, it's not just a simple, he's got someone in the basement locked up. It's something else, but it ended up just being the maid.
I was joking that it was a long arm, but I thought it was going to be her lover, even though it doesn't make sense because they're talking about she was just photographed with him.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
I wasn't quite certain on that.
Right.
I thought the long arm was just it looked like a really long arm.
Yeah.
But once it becomes clear what happened, it was just the room.
Right, yeah.
Without an annoying actress and an annoying child actor.
Yeah, she did a good job though in that movie though. It was very well. It was a good movie.
They asked her for that. I have no problem.
She was very good, yeah.
But and Jacob Tremblay annoys the shit out of me after that.
He is annoying. Just watch Dr. Sleeper gets brutally murdered by a bunch of people stabbing him to death.
Oh yeah, and then
and they eat his fear and pain. Wonderful.
You want to see all in an effort to keep a really, really old vampire dude alive. That was all before he still fucking dies.
The old vampire from Star Trek: The Next Generation, who was Counselor Troy's mother's manservant.
Wasn't it the guy from the David Lynch movies?
Well, he was also Lurch, I think. He played Lurch in
but he was in David Lynch
movies. Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he was in Twin Peaks.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure he is. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
All right, let's get out of here. Our next episode of this show will be episode 111, Tales from the Crypt 214, Lower Birth. That'll be next week on June 25th, 2022.
Hey, aren't you excited?
Our next Inside Number 9 is the week after that, 505, Thinking Out Loud.
Wow.
No, I do want to mention half a second here. I meant to put this in the bottom before. This episode is recommended by Jelly A.
Okay.
I didn't want to ignore them because they recommended all of our favorite episodes.
Yeah, they've been right on, man.
Yeah, they are right up our alley.
Jelly A, love you.
They're probably the viewer who's watching right now.
The one person watching the show.
You know what I'm going to love is the second we turn this show off, and
no
it
one's
goes
gonna
over
watch
to
this
movie
shit.
battle with Nick Cage.
No one's going to give a shit.
0. You're going to watch it go like, boop.
Oh, wow.
Oh, all right. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dick DeGott.
Was that the Dracula from
Universal? Yes, Bela Lugosi. 10 cents at the thrift store, motherfucker.
I was hoping it was Christopher Lee.
They didn't have any.
Nobody wants that one.
I'd be surprised. We'll find out.
Bye-bye. We're between shows right now for our live audience.
As they leave us. As they run away forever and ever and ever.
I'm watching the numbers. Boom.
Gone. Everyone's dead.
Now I'm going to change my name. Edit name.
So this goes from anywhere from $3 to $5 to $10.
Frankenstein?
Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
Oh, I can't see. I'm changing my name. It's over top of your camera.
Oh,
all I can see was the word Frankenstein.
Oh, Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
You
gotta change the scroll.
No.
The scroll. The Curon. Do this real fast before you get mad. Before the show starts. Looks like that guy with his puzzles. They expect you keep going. We can do it together, maybe. I don't know.
I really want to.
We're going to see the catacombs.
Change my background, my virtual background, that is.
He was so boring, yet he was a monster. He was a total monster.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's great. It looks like it looks like Sam Jackson is in a whorehouse with that bed, that box bed, brass bed.
Dun, 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 dun. Let me save this episode that we just did. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to go potty real quick, too.
You potty, brah.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna
You enjoy.
I want to see how much this is worth.
Wolfman. It's not as good as Werewolf.
Werewolf! If I found that VHS,
Cut. Everyone go up a shirt size.
it's probably $5,000.
It's the only quote I love in that. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, sorry. It's still my favorite intro I've ever done. I want to switch over and do Sopranos. Where the hell do I have the Anthology? All right, so I can go to the bathroom.
You go to the bathroom.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to the American Self-Helpless Book. This 12-step program will help you become a better person that can succeed in any environment. Number 10, never give up, regardless of reality. Reality doesn't really exist to you because if you remember, you're always correct. You can't be wrong. So reality is this kind of a made-up scenario around you. It's kind of a framework that doesn't really apply to you at all. Reality is not your friend. Reality is to be ignored. After all, if you're the greatest, how could reality differ from that? So whatever you're thinking in your crazy mind, it's right. So reality doesn't apply to you. Remember, these people are holding you back. So once you let go of them, you can soar like an eagle. Why couldn't you jump off a building and flap your arms fast enough to soar around the heavens and fly above us all, look down on us like a weird eagle? Why couldn't that happen? Reality is not an option. You can't afford to live in that world because you are better than that world. No matter how ridiculous your dreams may seem, they're possible. Even if it's not working out, it's still working out. Do you understand that? It doesn't matter what's really happening around you. As long as you believe that it's happening and that you can do it, you can achieve it, it can happen. It can be your reality, as I like to say. You are not under the umbrella of reality. Only lesser people are. Never ever give up, even if it seems out of hand or out of grasp or very, very implausible or sometimes even impossible. Never, ever give up. Hello, citizens. Welcome to the American Self-Helpless Book. This 12-step program will help you become a better person that can succeed in any environment. Number 11. The only way to win arguments is to talk the loudest. We all know how arguments on Facebook work, how arguments in real life work, internet chat rooms, message threads on IMDb, whatever movie. You don't like sled dogs, and then you go off in your little rant there about how sled dogs is a racist piece of shit, and how the sleds were slaves, and Cuba was black, but it didn't make any sense. He's in Alaska, he's working the snow plantations. It didn't make any sense, whatever you said, but to you it did, and that's all that fucking matters. So therefore it is fact. It's all that matters. You kept arguing with the guy, and he kept presenting these facts and like really thought out opinions based on science, based on culture and reality and things like that. And all you had to do, I was there, I was watching you. All you had to do was type in all caps,
and swear a bunch and say really horrible things until he just stopped talking. All you had to do was yell really loud in the argument, in the conversation you were having with this guy, and he gave up. You know why he gave up? Because he knows you won. He knows you're the winner here. There's no other winner. It's just you. You know why you won? You yelled a bunch. You said a bunch of racist things. You're not racist, though, right? I mean, you couldn't possibly be racist. You're saying this movie's racist, and then you use the N-word a bunch in the rant, but it doesn't matter because you were just pointing out some facts, some personal facts or whatever you want them to be. Remember? You were just saying a bunch of things. You got on top of this guy, beat him down, and then he gave up. So you were like, "Woo, victory! Fucking belt got the sash on here that says world's greatest internet fighter." You just went to fucking town. You were the king of that Snow Dogs debate on IMDb that nobody ever saw after 3 months, because why the fuck would they? But it didn't matter because you yelled the loudest. Therefore, you're the victor.
Hi.
So apparently some asshole on eBay is saying he's got the Frankenstein trilogy, which I have, $500 for the same 3 that I have.
Wait and see if he sells it, and then you go $550.
He ain't gonna sell that shit. No fucking way.
Is there bidders?
No, of course not. No, it's not even bidders. It's $500 or best offer. $15 shipping. This guy's out of his mind.
He's selling for $500 and still asks for shipping?
Yeah. What an asshole.
He needs the extra $8.
Apparently.
Good God. What a piece of shit. I'm done posting as of now. All right. Let's do this for Nick Cage cast, shall we?
Let's do it.
We're doing a Nick Cage cast, B-movie battle. Let's hear this one actually is kind of a theme song. Not really. There's no song. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's got a theme.
I could play the B-movie battle purge intro if you want. Yes? Okay.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the B-movie battle sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the show. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the show and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 1 continuous hour. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the review concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. B-movie battle is now in effect.
Hello, citizens. Welcome to B-movie battle, Nick Cage cast. B-movie battle episode 67, Nick Cage cast 45. There's King Kong. For Amos and Andrew, 1993. I am Phoenix West.
Dick, yeah.
Welcome, Dick. Amos and Andrew, a movie I have on DVD, and it's Pan and Scan.
I'm going to buy that movie on Blu-ray because I have disposable income to allow this to happen.
Yes, you do.
Because I really enjoyed this movie. I liked this movie quite a bit.
I told you last time we talked, it is the better version of Trapped in Paradise. Was I wrong?
Oh, it's lovely. No, I love this movie. This movie was great. This was hilarious. This movie was funny. And I mean, this movie should be released today because it's that relevant. I mean, it is like super relevant. It is 25 years too early, this movie.
It really does feel like it should be made nowadays. And they also tried to redo this with White Man's Burden with John Travolta.
Yeah, but White Man's Burden was like drama. This is a comedy. And it's
but
making fun of itself. It's like, that's the point.
But White Man's Burden was like,
it was ridiculous. Yeah, that was a stupid movie.
Let's swap the races.
But there's poor white people trash too. Like I don't understand. So they went to Manteca. Like I mean, I got that over here. I can go take the camera out here. I'll show you a white man's burden. I got it down the street. I don't know. Don't matter who you are.
Oh man,
Poor is poor.
So much to say about this movie, and we have to do it in a hurry.
That's fine. But I really think this movie was hilarious, funny. I think the problem is what probably gives this movie the hard time is it's written and directed by a white man.
It was directed by E. Max Fry.
That could be a black guy, but I saw the picture. I think he's white. He might be mixed, but I think he's white.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit who directed a movie, if it's male, female, white.
No, I don't either. That doesn't bother me,
fun.
but I'm just saying people take offense to when, oh, you're trying to tell a black man's story. You shouldn't because you don't know where you're coming from. But human stories are human stories. That's what I feel. I mean, humanity's humanity. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does look very white. He's from Oregon.
Oh, he's white.
Oh, he received an Academy Award nomination for co-writing and for Foxcatcher.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, he works still, so that's good for him. He's worth it.
Yeah, started looking him up. This is a movie I never watched until I did my. I sat down and I played it with like the bingo balls, or not the bingo, the other balls I had, the ping pong balls, and I was sitting there. I'm like, I'm gonna watch every Cage movie, and I just like went through them one at a time, picking the winners based on the balls, and this one got chosen finally, and I watched it. I'm like, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to hate it because it was 1993, which is a big red flare. 93 comedy, it's nobody talks about it. There's some bad movies from that era that are comedies and nobody's like, oh, they're bad.
Right.
But I put it in and I go, and I recently had done Trapped in Paradise on the show, and one of the first episodes, I think it was like episode 4, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4. And I watched this and I'm like, oh, this is what they were trying to do with Trapped in Paradise.
Yeah.
Only Trapped in Paradise is more about like the whole town coming together, kind of like a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation sort of thing.
Right.
But this is just a flat out better movie than that.
Yes, it is.
I laughed all the way through. I like the characters. I love the premise of it, which is nobody wants to look racist, even though everyone's saying horribly racist things.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's such a perfect. It's just such a great, like just like Giancarlo Esposito. I told you about them liberals on the East Coast. Yeah, I told you, brother. And he's just another huckster, racial huckster. Like he's got a wig on and he's singing the gospel music with his
bridge.
Oh, so fun. Giancarlo Esposito. I didn't know he was working then. Like he was brilliant in this, and this is like 30 years ago.
Well, this is only 2 years before Usual Suspects, which he's in.
I know, but like that's such a small part.
Yeah,
and like this part is actually a pretty important part of the movie, and it's like he's really good. He's hilarious. Like he should have got more comedy work, but I guess nobody saw this movie, so nobody gave a shit.
Well, I have 5 notes, and one of them is literally just Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
So let's talk about him.
No, I love Giancarlo Esposito.
He's not in a whole lot of the movie.
No.
But he is a very loud voice in the movie for a reason. He does like the Selma walk across the bridge when he gets to the island.
So funny. He's like, we're gonna brothers, the Alvin, we're coming for you. I told you. And then the best part is they burn the house down.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. It's just it's
okay.
So great.
We'll get into that in a second. I just want to say Giancarlo Esposito, I mentioned this before to you. Do you remember? I kept saying whatever, like his name just gets stuck in my head.
Right.
I'll sit there just going Giancarlo Esposito. Because Breaking Bad, obviously he plays Gus Fring.
Yes.
He's a weird actor. He's like a John Turturro sort of person who can play like 7 different ethnicities. Because in this movie and in Usual Suspects, he's just a black man.
I don't even know because and then in Breaking Bad he's what,
Chilean.
Chilean, yeah.
He's Chilean
drug dealer, but yeah, he could be a black guy. He's like Jeffrey Wright. He could be a black guy, a Mexican, a Jewish guy, a white guy who's just tan. Like, you can do anything.
Him and what is his name? We talked about him last time on Nick Cage Cast. From Fear the Walking Dead and
Robert Patrick?
no, he's in The Walking Dead. No, he plays Travis on Fear the Walking Dead. Why can't I think of his name right now?
Oh, the guy that could be. He was in. He was in Breaking Out the Dead.
Yes. What was his name though?
I can't remember his name.
He's the drug dealer in Bringing Out the Bad.
He's a drug dealer, but he's another great character actor that just like could play anything. That guy could be anybody.
We're collecting those guys. His name is. Let's see how far he is listed. Cliff Curtis.
Cliff, that's right.
No, it's a name. God damn.
That's the widest name ever, Cliff Curtis.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Cliff.
That's another example of what he can play.
Yeah.
Cliff those guys who can just play any race.
Yeah.
And instead of Hollywood casting the white man as that's one time I do agree with how people like whitewashing shit is when they have Matt Damon playing someone like that. Like, get a Cliff Curtis. Get a guy that can do that sort of stuff.
Right, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I remember when Mark Strong was playing an Arabian in Body of Lies, the Ridley Scott movie. You could pull it off a little bit, but it was kind of like, okay, I don't think he's from that era.
Henry Silva plays a Korean in The Manchurian Candidate.
Yes.
Fucking Christopher Lee is Fu Manchu. Like, there's so many examples of it. Just like,
yes,
come on, guys. Like, is this really what you want to be doing? Like, it's embarrassing. That's one of my favorite movies, is Manchurian Candidate, the original, and it's embarrassing.
Right? Yeah, it's bad.
I'm Henry Silva.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I think he might be Chinese because Manchuria is a Chinese province, right?
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on, John.
Guys.
A Chinese actor. They're everywhere.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
But okay, so and speaking of race, this is a movie about race. Because before we get any further, I would just say, and I think you'll agree, if you have not seen this movie, Amos and Andrew, go watch it.
Yes.
It is worth the watch. Good luck finding it. I could only find the DVD at a used DVD store.
It was on streaming for a while, and of course, the curse of streaming. Every time we have to watch these movies, it's not nowhere to be found on streaming. It's there for 6 months, and the one day I want to watch it, it's nowhere to be found.
You know why? Because these movies were chosen by the bingo hopper.
The curse of bingo hopper from hell. A piece of shit, wherever you got that from.
You know what's bad? Because we have a phrase for it and we both knew it right there.
Yep. That's awful.
The curse of bingo hopper from hell. It's evil. It's an evil bingo hopper.
It's pure evil.
Let me just tell you and the audience the next few episodes of Nick Cage Cast so that you can watch them before they get removed. The next episode is not for a while, and it's not even Nick Cage Cast. It's the Blob 58 versus Blob 88.
Yeah, good luck finding those.
I have copies. We'll watch them.
I already have. I mean, I have the Shout Factory.
You have the VHS tapes that you're getting together right now?
No Blob, though. I have the Hall of the VHS tapes. The
next Nick Cage movies, though, are Family Man versus Trespass, and then Wild at Heart.
Oh,
and then Sonny from 2002, the only movie he ever directed.
Oh,
James
no.
Franco.
Oh, no.
Then we're doing Kill Chain. And then It Could Happen to You versus 211. And then A History of Swear Words, which is on Netflix.
Right.
That's not going anywhere. Unless Netflix folds. Which by that time, they might. They might. We're in an interesting era right now where Netflix is faltering.
Yes. And
they're desperate that one show will keep them alive. And I think I know what show we're talking about here.
Yes.
It's that dancing little girl show. They want that.
Stranger Pedophiles.
Yes. That one.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the whole premise is a character actor and his wife, who's also a character actress, are walking by this house. They see Samuel L. Jackson inside. They don't know that the house was sold.
Yeah.
So they see him, a black man inside the house, fixing his stereo, but to them it looks like he's stealing the stereo.
Yes.
Therefore, it's a comedy of errors. It really, this movie is. It's a
Yes, it is.
It's a sitcom domino scenario where this this leads to this leads to this. Classic, like I compared to Vacation. One of those types of movies where it's the domino effect of those kind of movies. Everything's set up perfectly. The rest is just chaos that ensues from that initial setup of mistaken identity or mistaken circumstances or whatever. The rest of the movie is Dabney Coleman plays the sheriff, and he's up for re-election. He's trying to do this properly. Him and his deputy's Brad Dourif,
who's
fantastic. Who we mentioned before, and he's fucking fantastic in this.
He's hilarious in this movie.
He's really the one. Excuse me. Choking on my love.
Well, the best part, what makes the movie work is Dabney Coleman is the one that comes up with this scam because they've accidentally mistaken Sam Jackson for just a common thug, but he's actually a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright, screenwriter, activist, very famous guy who's very much a rich man who's on the cover of Forbes magazine.
That he's reading.
Reveal that he's reading. Well, yeah, I'd read this. I'd read my own article, sure.
Even though on the poster it's GQ.
I listen to my own podcast, so yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, you get it.
It puts me to sleep. But yeah, it's on GQ. That's funny. That's a good poster. But yeah, this is actually a movie about class. It's a classism movie because there's great moments for like both sides. Like why you're so like he's almost the same character from Die Hard with a Vengeance, Sam Jackson. He's almost
I was thinking a lot about that.
Yeah.
The way he talks to his nephews in Die Hard with a Vengeance reminds me a lot of his character here.
Little bit. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, mute it. Thank you. All right. So the sheriffs think he's invading the home and stealing shit. So Brad Dourif walks up there and he paints his face black, which is another
that's the
funny little joke. Horrible. Everything's racist in the movie. That's the joke of the movie.
But that's just because Amos and Andrew. It's Andy and Amos. What's the name of the movie again?
Is that Amos and Andy?
No, it's Andrew and Amos, or Amos and Andrew.
I can find out in 4 seconds here for you.
No, it's Amos and Andy is the radio show with blackface. And that's what this movie is, the title is referring to. And you never get the explanation of the movie because Sam Jackson says, Amos and Andy. And he goes, don't say that.
Yeah.
You don't.
So in the movie, Samuel Jackson pleads to Nicolas Cage to never call them Amos and Andrew. He doesn't explain the movie, but in the history of American popular culture, no program was both popular and controversial as the Amos and Andy play show. The series, which ran on radio from 28 to 60, is perhaps the most popular radio series of all time. Although the show was extremely popular, many African-American groups led by the NAACP charged that the characters were racist caricatures and demeaning to the black community. There it goes. I'll stop reading.
But I think eventually they did cast black actors as Amos and Andy on TV. It wasn't blackface. It was real black actors. And I think they lost their jobs because of the NAACP saying this is a mockery to black people. This is disgraceful. But those guys were working. And it's like, well, yeah, but I'm getting paid a lot of money. It's a popular show. Can I at least have that? And you guys can say whatever, but I think they canceled it because of that. And it's kind of like, well, that kind of sucks for the guys doing it. They had no problem with it. They were making lots of money off of it.
But I also get especially during that time, 1960, I could see that being a civil rights movement thing going on.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, shit's happening now with like Mike, whatever his name is, getting fired out or quitting for being Cleveland Brown on Family Guy. And so it's just really still going on.
Well, the problem is,
yo brother, where art thou?
Yo brother, where art thou? Yeah. That's my Pulitzer Prize. I won the Pulitzer Prize. How much you get for it? How much was the prize? How much was it? Dude.
They do a good job of the dumb guy. Nice. Okay. You got that? Okay. There you go.
But I don't think it's the same thing. Because also, same video. Well, I don't know. It's not. Well,
okay. We do that later. That'll be our Sopranos talk. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
So I can't
So-
believe anything.
So the movie does a good job of, like you said, classist stuff. It's Samuel Jackson is the black guy. He's being severely discriminated against.
By
Nick
a bunch
Cage
of
is a piece of shit
lefty
criminal,
people.
and he's
Yeah.
white.
Right. He's just a loser. And he's not even a criminal.
No,
He's just an idiot that got lost trying to go to Canada.
No,
he's stupid.
He what was it? Delinquency of a minor, and she looked 18. He's a pedophile. We see him later with the pizza girl. He's a fucking pedophile.
It's not. You know who that girl was?
No.
The pizza girl was Heather Graham's sister.
Wow.
Amy Graham. That's her
Her
name.
older
Amy
sister?
Graham. I don't know if it's her older or younger sister.
Well, yeah, Heather Graham was in a movie in like 94, and she was a little bit younger, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Either way, I didn't know that. And Heather Graham really got all the looks in that family, apparently.
I always do a deep dive on these. And there's I think a couple of connections here. Oh, what was the connecting? One of the big connecting tissues.
Kiss of Death.
Well, Kiss of Death is one, but there was another. I think there was a Twilight Zone connection somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head now.
I don't know.
You have to dig a little deeper on that one. I don't remember.
I don't know, but let's move on with the plot here, because suddenly it becomes like chaos. It spirals out of control, where Brad Dourif is the makeup on his face, and he runs up and he calls Sam Jackson out. Sam Jackson walks out there, but his car alarm is going off because Brad Dourif bumped into it, and he pulls out his little key fob to be like, "Oh, I can't hear you," and he's like, "Police, stop!" And he's like, "I can't." And he tries to turn off his alarm, and then Brad Dourif thinks it's a gun, shoots at him. Sam Jackson runs inside, freaks out, obviously, because he's being shot at for no reason.
Yeah.
Shuts off all his lights. Dabney Coleman starts to realize, oh, shit, the guy's got a gun. He's inside. And then the neighbors are, like, doing their interview with the local huckster media dude. And they realize that he might have the actual owners of that house kidnapped. So that's what really sets off the story. Because everyone thinks they're kidnapped, and so he's got hostages. So it becomes this bigger thing that's going on. I was hoping a couple things happen in the movie where they play the guy's clip to him, but instead he just goes with this VHS tape, and that was it. That was his downfall. I don't know,
right?
But it's a minor nitpick, really. You know, a movie that's kind of reminded me of it too, with the media attention outside, was Airheads.
It is very similar to that. And it's almost the same year, isn't it?
Airheads is 94.
This is 93?
It's 93, yeah.
This is kind of the era of these movies, that kind of movie, where it's like, it's a big media fiasco.
Yeah. Or
like
kidnappings gone awry.
It's like The Getaway.
The House Guest.
This
House
movie.
Arrest.
Amos Andrew. Like an event that it becomes a huge media event.
The Ref.
Well, that's more of a kidnap movie.
I'm going off my other three here, which are like kidnapping.
Kidnapping upper middle class white people, but it's a misunderstanding. A lot of those movies happen in the Sleepless in Seattle.
The ending where they all get away.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Sleepless in Seattle? What?
Because that was a Mistaken Identity. A lot of Mistaken Identity movies in this era.
Oh yeah, before the internet and cell phones and facial recognition software.
Right, yes, exactly.
You get away with that shit then, not so much nowadays.
Right, yeah.
Who is that girl? That's her. Here's her address and her phone number.
Yeah.
Let's be fucking creepy men on her.
Would you like to see titty pictures? Yes.
Yeah. She'll make some for you right now, so you don't hack into her social security number. And she'll do it right now, like live shit.
She said, members only.
Do you want to see her cry in front of her kids so you don't extort her?
Do you want to see her pissed on a orchid?
So I don't want to go too much into detail with the plot. That's really the basic plot. One other thing is Nick Cage was in the cell here. They release him and this never works out, with the promise that they'll let him go if he pretends to be the guy taking him hostage. Therefore, Dabney Coleman's story works out with the media.
Right.
It was a hostage situation. Let's get him. We'll get you in the first bus out of here. And then they let Nick Cage into the house. He shows up with a shotgun, and then it's just like he's like he even ties him to the chair with tape, and he's like, "This is just for appearances. Don't worry." He takes his watch. Some great little tiny character bits. It's not hilarious. It's not a hilarious movie. It's just amusing.
No, it's just
all the way
funny.
through.
It's very well done.
Yeah, I will say I like Airheads as a comedy more, but I think this is probably a better movie.
Oh, this is a way better movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tied together well. It's everyone does their job.
Well, there's nice character moments, especially with Sam Jackson and Nick Cage. When I love that scene. My favorite scene in the movie was when Sam Jackson talks about when he was a kid.
Can you focus?
And he, I'm talking about the fucking. I can do two things at once.
Off camera, off mic.
What's talking about?
Was like doing his.
All right, what's going on? No, that's technical error. No, he talks to us about his dad. How he goes, when I was a kid, I was talking street slang in the street, and he overheard me. He took me upstairs and he fed me. He made me eat soap, and he says, "You ain't gonna talk like a black man. You gotta talk like a normal person." And he goes, he taught him to read him right, raised him right. And he said, "My father worked for 38 years as an accountant. He was the only black accountant in the building, and there's two black people, and one of them was the janitor, and he was the other one. And when he retired, not one white face came to his retirement party."
Oh, he retired. 2 years later, he died. That's one person from that building showed up at his funeral, except the janitor.
Except the janitor. And I thought that was such a great, just perfect examination of everything this movie's about. Where it was like people pretend to deal with it, but they want nothing to do with it. They lied to themselves and to everybody else, saying how much they care and how much they want to do this and that. And at the end of the day, they could give two shits.
Yeah.
It's just how people are.
It really is. This movie is the extreme opposite of the next show we're doing on the live stream here, The Sopranos.
Well, Sopranos just comes out and says it.
Sopranos doesn't fuck around with.
You suck your dad's dick with that mouth?
He's black. Get the fuck away from him, Meadow.
I remember that. Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure.
About that episode. Excuse me?
Yeah.
You heard me, Sambo.
Yeah.
You heard me, Sambo.
She's off the show for a season because of that. But okay, so this is a perfect movie as far as racial tone goes because Nick Cage doesn't give a shit that he's black.
No.
And it's not too far like Die Hard with a Vengeance is, where actually Sam Jackson is the racist in that movie.
Right.
Against McClane.
Right.
It's because I'm black, isn't it? You know, he's like, I don't give a shit. What you're gonna get me killed. That's all I care about.
That's Sam Jackson said that. He goes,
that's what
I don't like you because you're gonna get me killed. That's what.
But that's the dialogue in that movie. It's like,
have I oppressed you, Zeus? Have I oppressed you and your people? Is that why you don't like me? No, I don't like you because you'll get me killed.
No, but the scene where he goes, "You're gonna call me an N-word, weren't you?" He's like, "Asshole! I was gonna call you an asshole. You got something wrong."
Asshole. That's great. That's another good movie with
Finally bought it on Blu-ray, the whole set.
Oh wow,
it was $20 at Walmart for all 5 movies. And honestly, you only need 2 of them.
You only need 3. I don't mind Live Free or Die, the unrated version.
That has both versions. That's the only
unrated version is better because he says like, "I'm gonna get this motherfucker."
Yeah,
like, that was a better movie.
When he shot through himself and killed Timothy Oliphant. He says "motherfucker" in that
motherfucker. Yeah,
I remember watching the theater in the PG-13 version. I'm like, everyone in the theater was like,
yeah, that's why it was like, who cares? Why do this movie?
Like, don't do it, PG. Why?
Stupid.
The 5th one is just.
The 5th one's a garbage. The 5th one is Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, unwatchable.
Yeah,
it is terrible. And they try to put that Jay Courtney, and that movie makes no sense at all. That movie is really bad.
You know what's sad is the best scene in that movie is when he's talking to the Russian dude who ends up being the bad guy.
The guy looks like Ridley Scott.
Yeah, but he's talking to him against that truck, and he doesn't know Jay Courtney's listening.
Right.
And he's talking about being a father, and I'm like, oh, this is a sweet moment. It doesn't matter in this movie.
Nope. I remember that scene.
Exactly. It's like the one sweet little scene there, and then he like pulls the rebar out of his leg. And it was like, this is a sweet moment. But I don't care because it's
bloodless rebar. Yeah, that movie sucks so bad. That's a bad movie.
I'm on vacation. You are so not on vacation.
Yeah, why? Then he kept saying that, and it's just like, what? Like Red Letter Media has the best review on it. Go watch that.
Oh yeah,
go watch Red Letter Review. Their review on it is just like perfect. How he just like, he keeps saying I'm on vacation. It's like he's not on vacation. He's there to the sun. That's why he's there.
That movie just going.
Yeah,
I didn't see the. No, he's there to save his son. What?
Yeah, everybody. Was that part of his cognitive destruction?
I was pointing in my head when you were talking.
Yeah, maybe that was the beginning of like they were just
like ad lib to me, and he didn't know that his character was not on vacation.
And everybody everyone.
I laughed. Throw it in the movie, I guess.
Put it in the movie.
In 2009, Henry Louis Gates Jr. was arrested while attempting to enter his own home. His lock was jammed, and while attempting to force the door open, his neighbors called the police, not realizing he lived there.
Right.
Shit has not changed.
No, that happens a lot, usually.
Looking through other... Oh, Allison Mackey's debut. That's fun fact.
Now, who's Allison Mackey?
Let's find out.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like...
Is she the girl from Smallville who's in that weird cult? That went to prison for that cult, or no?
Maybe.
I think I'm thinking of Allison Mack, and she plays Allison Mack in that TV show.
No, I think Allison Mackey. I think you're right. I think that is the Smallville chick. Did you look her up? I think you are correct, sir.
No, it's a different girl.
Oh, boo! We wanted sex cult.
My theory was correct. So Allison Mack was a TV show.
Yes, it was.
And that girl is who played the girl in Smallville, and I believe she's the one who's in that cult. I could be wrong. Just going off from memory here, but
no, I know the girl
Mackey still acting. 2019 was her last role, but she's in Original Sin, Those People, Sliver,
Smallville,
Gia.
Oh, Gia. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito. I love that. I say it in my head all the time.
He's great. He's great.
It's
great. He's great in The Mandalorian.
It rolls off my mental tongue. Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito is an official member of the Star Wars canon.
True. He got killed by that canon, didn't he?
No, he's still alive. He's coming back. He's going to be the big villain in the next series. Great.
Nicolas Cage and Samuel L. Jackson play Marvel characters. Obviously, Nick Cage is Ghost Rider.
I hate those characters. So stupid. Like, throw a rock. Somebody's playing a fucking Marvel character. That means nothing. That means nothing.
Samuel L. Jackson and Kim Stratton appeared in Changing Lanes for 2002.
Okay. That must have been his wife. Yeah. Who Nick Cage goes, "You're married to a white woman, right?"
Yeah.
Which is another assumption that you people have with successful black men always hook up with a white woman who's blonde.
And I like that he's wrong.
And he's wrong. Yeah, that's what's funny about it.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, that's funny. That's sweet. But yeah, I love this. I thought this movie was great. It was funny. It was poignant. It was nice. It was a nice movie.
It's poignant in ways that go beyond what you see, because the fact that she's black, his wife in the end,
right?
Who gives a shit? The point is, it doesn't fucking matter. Stop trying to guess. Why do you care?
Yeah, I guess.
Why the fuck do you care?
That's the throwaway at the end. Is like you can't assume, you can't have assumptions on people because they're not right. You can't assume on people.
And it even plays while being unsaid that him and his wife are separated. That's what it felt like to me when I was watching this.
Yes,
I don't want to talk about my wife, and I was like, "Oh, they're separated." No, we're wrong. She's just not there yet.
Yeah, and he's just private about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. It's just no one's business. It's his love. He doesn't want to talk about it. I wouldn't. I did the same thing. I ain't talking about nobody that I like. Fuck you.
Oh, it's going back to Sopranos here. Don't talk about it. Don't fucking be a snitch on your own self. No, it's I like.
Don't disrespect the pizza parlor.
Because they're both. They don't go as far as I thought they would with the racist stuff, and I'm glad they don't, because it keeps it more as a comedy.
Yeah,
because if they went way too far with it, it'd just be like, oh, you missed.
They would if this was remade today, it would be ruined because Jordan Peele would be directing it.
I was just gonna say
it would get ruined because they wouldn't get the nuance and the subtext.
Update on Nope. Remember, I predicted it would be an alien thing.
I think it's
the new trailer shows a fucking spaceship entering, and I go,
what
else could it be?
Nope.
What else could that have been based on what we saw? And
I
hate trailers. I hate that they show them on TV during your show and you have to sit there and watch it.
That's why I don't watch TV anymore.
What?
I don't watch TV anymore. I watch my YouTube, and I watch. You know what's funny? When I moved into the house here, I had basically 36 hours without internet. So I had to wait for them to come and put in the new modem. So I had nothing to watch but Blu-rays.
Yeah.
So I watched Blu-rays, and I was like, "This is like really nice because this is like
nice, right?
It's calming. Like it's just not current events that are gonna make me mad and things that are happening that I need to hear about. I'm just like, you know what? This is really nice. I think I want to continue to do this here and then."
Yeah, I have similar thoughts, but I will share it in the next episode because it is tying heavily with our next episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So let's.
That's the time capsule show.
I do want to show a real quick clip of Brad Dourif and his Looney Tunes grenade.
Yes, that was hilarious.
Where does that happen is beyond me.
It's toward the end. It's when
right here. It's right here. Okay.
Yeah, because Brad Dourif takes it upon himself to save the day, and the chief has just basically got out of the house by himself.
I'm ready to release the hostages he's held.
This is a simple little comedy. It doesn't need to be over the top. They cut it way before most movies would have. She's yelling and can't keep up with it, and that's it. Moves on.
And that's the helicopter Nick Cage demanded in this negotiation.
Yeah. But here's Brad Dourif just stealing the movie because Brad Dourif is, I would say he's our podcast favorite actor. Is that fair?
Yeah. He's up there, yeah.
We talk about him a lot.
Yeah, he's great.
Something the elevator men were really mean to me.
So at this point, Cage has moved Samuel Jackson to the neighbor's house. They don't realize that, though, because Dabney Coleman was tied up. He since freed himself. Real simple explanation, I guess. But now Brad Dourif snuck into the house thinking that he's in there, and he didn't tell Dabney Coleman that he did that. So it's like a comedy of errors. It's just a lot of not in communication, a lot of things unsaid. And it just leads to this great shit because he throws a grenade in here in a minute, and it's just a Looney Tunes grenade.
It's classic comedy 101.
Yes.
It's very like if you watch the old movies from like 50 years ago, it's very much like that. And I think that's probably why we don't have those movies anymore because nobody wants to watch the old movies. They're just like, those are boring. Let's tell a story about a midget who's gay and he wants to leave his family. It's like, okay, enough of that. Just tell a good story.
Like,
I can play that.
Simpsons.
I can play that. Peter Dinklage in Too Short to Be Gay.
I can play that.
There's a little girl who's dying who wants to have a lollipop. There's a little girl and a little Debbie ad. I can play that.
Yeah. And he goes out and just grabs a helicopter ladder.
So great. Such a great joke. And it's Mickey Rooney, who's no longer
Mickey Rooney. Oh, man. Sucksy things.
Listen to that twice. It's the best commentary.
Night of a Jockey.
He is so not interested and so angry and bitter and old. And he's just like, no one cares about this. The young people don't want to watch this. They don't care.
Want sexy things.
They want to watch sexy things. It's just like, oh, my God.
All right, here we go. In case MGM is watching.
Well, you know who owns MGM now? Amazon.
Do they really?
They bought MGM. That's why they have all the Bond movies on there.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you after I was done with this clip.
Yeah, no, they bought.
You're ahead of me on that one.
Yeah, paid for Amazon, or Amazon bought MGM.
They almost really good at who owns who.
Well, they almost bought it directly to air. No Time to Die, whatever the last James Bond movie was. They were going to give them $800 million and buy MGM to just show that movie on Amazon directly, and they said no. So they released Die Another, whatever fucking last movie was, and
No
It
Time to
made
Die.
No Time to Die because they had to make because No Time to Die was losing money not because of COVID.
No,
they said they were losing millions of dollars a day for it not being out in theaters.
Yeah,
because they
of COVID,
paid
though.
so much. Yeah, because COVID shut everything down. So they were desperate to get it in theaters and make money off it theatrically because they had to. So it did okay. I think it did like $800 million. So
I saw it. Two thoughts. Loved it.
Did you?
Not as much as Skyfall.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't watched
It's not up. Oh, it's a good movie.
I just didn't care.
You know what happens, right?
Yeah, he dies.
Okay. So that's my second point.
Right.
The man had time to die. The title.
Yeah,
line.
exactly.
He had plenty
No
of
time. No
He
time
sat
to
there for
die.
like 5 minutes on the radio going, make sure
Time
you
to
get it out of
die?
there and do this.
Hello. I'll tell you, Craig. I want out of this.
He's like, all right, I'm out of here.
I want out of this franchise right now.
I'm like, this man has a lot of time to die.
Did they blow him up with a missile, or how did he die?
He died because they had to blow up that plant at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to stay there.
Well, he had to
It
stay
works.
there.
It does work in the movie.
Yeah, because
Really
what I heard was he's like genetically he has a disease. He touches his kid,
Yeah.
he dies, or she dies, he dies, everybody dies.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it passes from person to person. They don't have the cure yet.
Right.
Honestly, I love the ending. I had no
Right.
problem with it. People are gonna bitch about everything, but I'm way more forgiving about that sort of shit. I like him as James Bond, and that was a good ending. And they actually killed James Bond for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, they went there. Like, because at 25 movies in, you're used to like,
Well,
the fake
sure,
out
yeah.
tag.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that one where he gets in the coffin, he's underwater, and he goes into that base, and you're like,
Yeah, and he turns into a Japanese man, and then
Yes.
he gets to not be a Japanese man anymore. Yeah.
all right, let's play this scene. All right, here we go. I want Amazon to stop us. Now I know what to say.
And Bob Balaban is the psychologist talking
Oh,
to.
yeah.
And talking to nobody, and that was hilarious.
He's laying. Eventually, he's laying down in the back seat, being like, "I know you'd like me if you just gave me a chance. Like I have stuffed animals, and my dad didn't talk to me much."
I really wanted a pony growing up, and I didn't get one. It's so funny.
My dad gave me a big old box, and I thought it was gonna be the pony that I wanted, but it wasn't. So I guess I've always really wanted a pony, but I'm sure you're the same way. He just keeps talking and talking.
There's
Dabney Coleman's tied up, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why Dabney Coleman gets out because he's hearing and he can't do it anymore. So he forces himself to get out of there, and he gets out. It's a great movie.
But they don't
that's
nail
this
you
movie.
in the head with that's why he wants out of there. He doesn't go like, ah. You just hear like, you see a couple. He gets out of the boots and he falls backward and runs out, like holding still in the chair.
Dabney Coleman, call back to Boardwalk Empire. He's a great actor, and Boardwalk Empire is one of his best roles. He plays the evil colonel or whatever, the guy that runs the town or used to run the town, and then Steve Buscemi's taking over for him.
Yeah,
he's so great, and he has like that stroke in the season 2 where he's trying to move in on Nucky, and he has a stroke, and he goes, cock, fuck. And then Shea Wingham is pissed off because he sided with Dabney Coleman and his team, and they're all old men. He's just like, and he goes, he's a fucking vegetable. And he walks out. Oh, it's great. Season 2, Boardwalk Empire, one of the best seasons of television history.
I didn't realize he was still alive.
Yeah, still kicking.
He's in a movie. He's pre-production someday, sometime.
He's still going. He outlasted Fred Ward.
Oh, he's in Yellowstone. Okay,
there you go. Fuck, everybody's in Yellowstone.
Yeah,
a show I will never watch, probably.
All right, so the ending happens. They get away. I do have some problems with the bloodhounds because there's bloodhounds.
Right.
Going to find Nick Cage and they send some bloodhounds after him. They catch up, and Samuel Jackson has a brilliant idea of he has Dabney Coleman's his badge, his police badge, and he goes, "Here, smell this," and the dogs take off running, and I'm like, that's not how bloodhounds work. They follow a trail of scent.
Yes.
They don't just go find the last scent that was there.
They don't remember pictures.
It was so dumb.
But what was funny was the guy that has the bloodhounds is Bob from Batman, the original Batman. Bob Gunn. Leave him alone, boys.
There's a scene I want to show because of the music. I want to find it first. It's where him and Cage are fighting in the backyard on the lawn. Is this not the same music from The Critic? Listen. Not yet. Right here.
Yeah.
Is that not the theme song from The Critic?
It's very similar.
I was sitting there watching. I'm like, oh my
God.
God.
Very similar, yeah.
That's the Critic theme song, if you ask me.
Oh, so this was the connection that I had. Amy Graham is also in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Amy Graham.
She plays. Okay. She was the girl in the beginning who runs out of the liquor store.
Okay. One of those two girls.
One of those two girls, and then she's in Jackie Brown. She's the girl that sells Jackie Brown the suit.
Okay.
And that was our connection. She's in 2 Tarantino-involved movies.
Wow. And that's it, huh?
And she's in some other stuff, but just stuff you never heard of.
Weird.
She's in an episode, 3 episodes of CSI. She's got a movie that she wrote and directed that she's in. It's not Soul Taker.
Okay.
But yeah.
Then who cares?
That was the connecting tissue to something else that we talk about.
Is the Bob Balaban character like his preface to doing The Negotiator?
What do you mean? Sam Jackson? That's why he did The Negotiator? Or
isn't Bob Balaban in The Negotiator as well?
No, he's not in that.
Sure?
One. I'm positive he's not. Bob Balaban is the president of NBC in Seinfeld.
God, that's for some reason in my mind. I thought he was the guy who snitches him out, or the bad guy, the super bad guy in Negotiator.
No, the guy. No, that was Ron Rifkin. That's the other guy. He looks like Bob Balaban, but it's not
just like him. If not,
Ron Rifkin is from LA Confidential and Alias, and he's a good character actor. He's in a bunch of shit.
You didn't realize they're 2 different people.
Yeah, 2 different people.
This happens a lot to me here.
They do look similar. They're very similar.
Yeah, that's who I was. Okay.
I wonder if they're brothers.
They look exactly alike.
Ron Rifkin and Bob Balaban on tour.
Okay.
You're Bob and I'm Ron. Let's play the Critic soundtrack.
Okay. Even looking at these 2 guys side by side here, or like one at a time. Look at this. Here's Bob Balaban. Here's Ron Rifkin. Bob Balaban, Ron Rifkin.
They're wearing glasses. That's the different. One has hair. One is bald.
Well, it could be different eras, you know. Or like Weasley dudes.
Yeah, Weasley dude. Yeah, Weasley. If you want a Weasel, you get Bob Balaban. If you can't get Bob Balaban, you get Ron Rifkin. If you can't get neither of them, you get Bud Cort.
Yeah.
When Ron Rifkin's busy and then Bob Balaban's on vacation, you have to get Bud Cort. And that's the guy.
Let's wrap this up, shall we?
So where does this was this listed on your Cage movies already, or is this a brand new addition to the Cage movie listing?
This is my first time doing this movie, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Well, because you said you did this. Oh, you just did this as for
fun
to watch it. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't review it. I only added movies that I reviewed on this.
Because I'm curious where you're going to put this on the list of overall Cage and quality of Cage.
Out of 40 something, go ahead and guess where you think I'm going to put it.
Oh, see, this is hard because Cage is quite good in this, and the movie is good. So overall, this is a higher up one. It's top 10 material. I would say this is top 10. I would say overall quality of movie 6, overall quality Cage 5. Okay, way off.
Quality of movie number 13.
14.
13.
Under the Weather, man. Oh, fuck you.
Okay, think about him in this movie for real. He's
No,
fine. He's good.
I'm sorry. Quality of Cage. Quality of movie. I'm sorry.
Quality movie 13.
Okay,
I
quality.
do like these movies on the left more. Weatherman is below this as far as quality of movie
Right.
goes.
Okay. I'm looking now. See, I haven't seen The Trust, so I can't judge that one yet. Joe's very good. Massive talent, 8mm. Oh, I would say 8mm is below this movie in quality. I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I actually really like 8mm, but this on the right here, quality of Cage, I do think he's better than the Weatherman, just barely.
Just barely.
I like that he gets to play a couple different types of Cage in that movie. This one, he's good in it. He's great in it, actually. But I'd say this movie is the bottom tier of his greatness. After that, it's kind of like he's serviceable.
Right, I would agree with that.
World Trade Center and Valley Girl and Honeymoon in Vegas. He's there.
I love
what
how
I could say about those.
Quality of Cage is last movie is Con Air.
Oh yeah,
Which I just rewatched Con Air for the first. I think I told you for the first time in maybe 20 years, and it's a very bad movie.
No, it's a fun movie.
It's a fun movie, but it's bad. It's
on my left here, 20. On my on the right, last.
Right, yeah.
The movie is fine because of Chuck Malkovich and like Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi, all those great character actors, and then the fucking Nick Cage is in there sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
Yeah, he's terrible in it.
They call me Johnny 500 if they knew the truth.
I don't trust two people. One was me, the other was not you.
Give me the bunny.
My dad is released in 4 weeks.
It's like my daddy. Yeah, John Malkovich is great in that movie. I love him in that movie. He saves that movie for me. I'm going to say the word movie 6 more times here. But Nick Cage is fucking terrible in it.
He is bad. But and I love John Malkovich where he goes, "Where's Pinball?" Oh, we found Pinball. He's dead. Oh, I liked Pinball. When John Malkovich's got like, oh, he's sad that he's dead. And then that scene when Dave Chappelle is smiling coming down, that's the funniest shit. That is funny.
Like the wooden arm where he's going,
yeah, it's so funny. And then, like, the people in that car are dead, by the way. So don't try to say, oh, they live, they're fine. They'd be fucking dead.
No, they show the hoity-toity white couple, and they're like,
yeah,
oh, bird shit on the windshield.
Bird shit on the window. I live in a car wash and bird shit on the window. God damn it.
He blows out the fucking city block.
It's good luck. And then he got boom, right in the engine block, blast out.
Yeah.
Cars hit him. Those people would be dead. But the best part of this movie, though, is when it falls up. You agent, whatever, John Cusack, yeah. Well, he's got your name written all over.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. But so great. That's the funniest part of the movie, and that's the encapsulation of 90s action movie. Is that scene right there, where it's like goofy humor, it's like kind of slapsticky old style humor, and they just don't do that anymore. Action movies now just don't even try to even do that. Don't even attempt it anymore.
No, what's that? What's his last name? The Irish actor.
Colm Meaney.
Colm Meaney. Thank you. I get him confused with the other guy from Nick Cage movie, Colm Frere or whatever his name is.
Colm Frere. Colm Frere is a great character actor. Colm Meaney is a great character actor. Colm Frere,
Star Trek,
is in Chronicles of Riddick. He's the bad guy. He's in a
bunch of stuff.
Bunch of movies. He's the
movies.
He's the bad guy in the first Thor movie. He's the Frost giant. He's in that.
Colm Meaney is on a lot of TV stuff.
Colm Meaney was on Star Trek for 20 years.
As a gay man.
They
never acknowledged he was gay.
He was married to his wife.
You could say that if you want. He was gay.
He had a Japanese wife and he had a kid with her.
No.
He was so straight as it hurts.
No.
No, you're thinking of someone else.
No.
You're not thinking of Chief O'Brien. How dare you? Chief
probably
O'Brien is all man. You back off. Chief O'Brien would be like, I don't like that fucking cock shit. I'm all about tight, wet, Japanese tang. Banana St. Andrew, go see it. It's wonderful.
out of 10.
I'll give it an 8. Solid 8.
I gave it a 7.
Okay.
But I will say, every time I watch this, it's gone up a star. First
Yeah.
time I was like, yeah, good. I liked it the first time. The
I'm
second
definitely
time,
going to buy it. Yeah.
another star.
Yeah. I'm going to buy this on Blu-ray for sure.
Part of the reason I give it a 6 the first time is because I watched so many Nick Cage movies in a row. I was kind of tuning them out at a point. But I knew I liked this. But yeah, it's I'm definitely gonna get it on Blu-ray eventually. It's great. It's a great movie. I just watch it. I did my rankings. We're good with our blah blah blah.
That's it.
We did that. Yeah, we're out of here. Okay, until next time. And in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West. Next Nick Cage cast, Family Man versus Trespass. Another Joel Schumacher movie. Oh, it's what's his name versus Joel Schumacher?
Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner versus Joel Schumacher. Thank you.
The Rat
Man versus the Shoemaker. And then we get David Lynch the week after that. Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
So long, citizens.
Bye.
Stay tuned for our Sopranos talk. Citizens. All right, let's save that file. Export. You can see how the fudge is packed right here.
Oh, the fudge is packed.
It is so packed, my friend.
The fudge is packed.
Audio. All right, so thanks for your George Clooney headroom again.
Newlywed Game?
Let's play the Gong Show. All right, switching over to Sopranos talk. This is what I've been interested in all week.
Wow, look at that. That's shit.
Yeah, you like that?
1999 to 2007 and Money Saints of Newark 2021.
The Money Saints of Newark.
The money. The many.
Let's move us to the full poster here. No, I'll do it in the live show.
And fucking Junior Soprano still alive.
Yep.
Still kicking.
I don't even need this because it's right there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom again, but I want to make sure this save before we go. Let's kick ourselves off here.
Yeah.
Be right back. Da-da.
Let's get some gabagool.
You get some gabagool?
Yeah,
Oh, let me
gabagool.
Let me start recording. You're getting some gabagool over there. What about some managat?
But again,
Some big ziti.
you bless it, I'll eat it.
Can I just say, turn your camera on.
Yeah.
But also, it's manicotti. I don't know why I say manigat.
Manigat.
But manicotti, we made some after because I was obsessed with everything in the show. And I'm like, I made that before and it's delicious. Big ziti, though,
You have something in it.
you got to have eggplant or you got to have zucchini. I prefer zucchini. It's but by itself, just big ziti in the sauce. You have the the ground beef.
Cheese.
Kind of boring.
Yeah, it's like rigatoni. It's like spaghetti without spaghetti noodle.
You need something. I like Italian food.
Yeah.
Part of the reason Italian food is the way it is because they need to make a lot of food for a lot of people.
Yeah. Just watch the Godfather.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's fucking delicious. You can't
I
deny
love
it's
it.
delicious. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I kind of became a weird foodie in a weird way.
Sopranos will do that. Sopranos very oriented around food. And wait, because they got the deli that they got. They got the deli that they have an operation out of. What Cifarelli's or what?
Carmela.
Constantly
making food.
There's some leftover manigat in the fridge.
Yeah.
I need to do this, Tony. You make me feel sorry for a whore that fucks you?
Do I really ask that much?
What does she have that I don't have, Tony? I can do taco all night.
Oh, should I play the original theme song that I ever made? Because we're here, so why not, right? I don't ever get to play this because we never do that. Last time we did the show was the last episode was last year, and it was Malignant.
Oh my god. So you have a theme song, yet you don't play the theme song.
Welcome to LIW Movie Review. Oh, we're starting. Lloyd in Wonderland. Episode 90, Sopranos and the Many Saints of Newark. I'm Phoenix West.
Woke up this morning with dick ticket in my eye.
Oh shit, that's not a good thing to have in your eye. No, it's a theme song I only have for this show. I don't have a video made or anything. This is a show we do like once a year.
What is this show? Just a movie review show?
This is the original show you were a part of. Remember, it was Midnight in Wonderland.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Our two shows. We did Puppet Master movies.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
What's this? Wow. This is the original show I did.
Oh.
And, yeah, from 2013. This is only episode 90. So I rarely do it.
Oh my god! Yeah, holy shit.
Well, we got more specific after that.
Yes, yes, we do.
So here we are again, episode 90. This is season 9, episode 1 of this show. It would be season 10, but I apparently did not do an episode in 2019. Had no idea. Anyway, Sopranos. You recommended it. I finally took your advice and watched it. I watched all 6 seasons in 2.5 weeks, I want to say.
That's pretty good.
And the movie.
It's pretty good. So your journey of 2.5 weeks took me 23 years.
Well, let me just say it took me 3 times to get through the first season.
I kept telling you, just get through the first season. She doesn't make it past episode 2 or 3 of the second season because she's dead.
Turns out you're wrong.
Oh, well, the first season she died?
She dies in the 3rd season, episode 1 or 2.
Right. No.
I hate... No, yes.
No, not the 3rd season. Is she dead in the 3rd season?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, because she's living upstairs with
barely. You don't see her for a while.
Yeah, because she's dying. She's
dying.
dead. Yeah.
When she dies, she doesn't die till that episode, which you get the awesome CGI head on the body.
Yes, yeah, that was 3rd season. I thought that was 2nd season.
That was 3rd season.
Okay.
I do want to share this because we were just talking about this in the live stream on a previous episode, but here's this. Have fun with this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's why the bromance between O'Brien Bashir, they're so platonic it hurts.
They call each other like Buttercup or something.
No, they don't. Have you watched the show? I watched DS9. They never call each other anything like that at all. If anything, Bashir is just the needy guy who talks about banging chicks all the time, and O'Brien is just the guy that has to listen to it because he runs away from it as much as he can.
Yeah, you say that, but
They hate each other for no, there isn't.
There's you
God
really
damn
can't handle
you!
this,
You leave O'Brien alone. He's got a daughter.
Oh my god.
Cisco wasn't married, and he had a son, but his wife was killed by Locutus in Wolf 359. Okay, which is just, and he's the greatest captain to me. Benjamin Sisko's my
I'm so
captain.
sorry. Clearly, two straight men here. I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry. Yeah.
You don't. He was in prison in the dark world at that point, and Bashir saves him. Actually, no, Bashir
Okay.
I think dies.
Sopranos.
Yes.
So my first time watching it all the way through, I watched more than I thought originally because when we lived in LA, I apparently watched the first like 2 seasons.
Okay.
Or most of them.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy a lot of it. I hated everything involving the mother because I think she's a cunt on legs or cunt in a chair, I guess, most of the show.
And I guess it was David Chase's mother because that's who he based it on, was his real mother.
And nothing against the actress, but I hate the fact that I was looking forward to her real life death. I hate that I had to do that, but I was sitting there going, when's this bitch going to die? So I don't have to deal with this character anymore because they didn't write her anything beyond she bitches about everything. And that's her character.
Go shit in your hat. Don't you talk like that. I don't want to hear you ever talking like that.
She's so annoying. I hated her. And she just kept going and going. And then Tony's visiting the therapist, and she's like, Lorraine Bracco's like, go talk to her. I'm sure she's not really like, and you talk to her and you go, oh, don't talk like that around me. And it was like, oh God, everything has got to be a bitch. Like, even if he's being nice, it has to be bitchy.
I don't like that. It's too much salt in there. It's too loud. I'm not going over there.
The only time I laughed at her was when she's in the hospital bed after her stroke.
Yeah.
And AJ comes in and he goes,
yeah.
He says, I talked about this before, but this is our official episode. And he goes, hey, Grandma. And she's like, oh, have one of those Italian candies. They were just sent over. And he goes, I don't like those Italian candies. And she goes, oh, it's okay. Just have one.
Yeah.
And then he eats one as if he was lying about not liking them. Instead, he gets guilted into making him eat one. I'm like, you bitch.
It's an old woman for you. That's what they do.
God damn.
Your old Italian grandma.
I just go, oh, you'll be dead and you won't remember this. So,
how about I take this candy and I shove it in your ass?
Your giant ass, lady.
You gabagool right up your ass.
I won't even feel it.
I don't feel anything below the waist anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't talk like that in front of me.
So a big reason I actually watched the show is because I do love Michael Imperioli.
Yes.
The guy's great in everything I've ever seen him in. Son of Sam, Goodfellas, obviously, The Lovely Bones. He's in The Office. He's in an episode of The Office.
Does he play Michael Scott's replacement?
No, he plays Dwight's
does.
karate instructor who actually gives him the black belt finally.
That's hilarious.
You realize he can actually improv there because that scene was improvised.
Right.
And he wants to laugh, but he doesn't. He's a true pro. I like him. He's just one of those guys I just like watching.
Yeah. Well, have you seen him recently? How he looks so old now.
Yeah.
He's got white hair. It's just like, oh my God, how does he get that gray? Like he's pure white.
Some guys go gray and that's it.
Yeah.
But I love him. I don't know why.
He's great.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this because I didn't know what happened to this character. I avoided spoilers. I asked you repeatedly not to spoil anything.
Yeah.
You couldn't help it sometimes, but
I didn't really give anything too big away.
Many Saints of Newark you did, but luckily I forgot by the time I watched it.
Well, yeah, because that movie, I just told you the one mystery that is solved in the streets. Yeah. The Saints of Newark is who killed Christopher's father. But again, it wasn't who pulled the trigger because it probably was that cop that shot him in the show. When Tony brings them.
You don't know.
Well, I think that's the point. And Tony, like, but what I love about the show was that the mother didn't give a shit. The mother was like, yeah, whatever. Like, he was bringing me crib. He was bringing me a crib home, right, T? If my dad got shot, bringing me a crib.
Yeah.
Well,
It
no,
wasn't a crib.
it was TV trays, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a crib. And in the movie, it's TV trays. You see the TV tray. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh, it was TV trays. It's funny.
Yeah.
He gets shot in the back.
He gets shot in the back of the head too, and you see like
all because he made fun of Junior slipping and falling when it's the funniest shit.
how did he even hear him? He was really far away.
You mother's cunt! When he breaks his back. Oh, God damn it!
He yells "mother's cunt" like 5 times in that movie.
So great. Well, he does it in the show.
Yeah.
Junior Soprano, who is still alive and is more cognitive and cogent than Paulie Walnuts. Paulie Walnuts now is like Joe Biden. He's gone. He has lost
really?
it. He's like, because I remember when he did the 20th anniversary of Sopranos, it was all over the news. And they
like
talked
3
like
years ago.
Yeah, like Paulie Walnuts was like Good Day America, all that shit. And I watched the segments, and he's like, he's just old. Well, the guy is old. He's been around for a long time, but he is out of it. And Dominic Chianese, who's got to be 90-something, is like in his 40s. Like the guy, he's got, I don't know what his secret is. If he's got some broad, he got some Gumar giving him life. It's amazing.
I'm looking up the cast right.
No,
here he is.
Listen to him talk for a minute. It's like, oh man, he sounds bad.
Got that?
Sel.
Stevie Van Zandt, like Silvio Dante.
Michael Imperioli, I played Christopher Moltisanti.
Edie Falco, I played Carmela.
Jamie Lynn Sigler, I played Meadow Soprano.
Nose job.
I played AJ Soprano.
Nobody cares.
Have you all been?
All right, I want to see.
You gotta hear when he's talking about.
I know.
He talks about.
Look at Michael Imperioli. I love the guy. I don't know.
They talk about Jimmy, of course, James Gandolfini, because he's dead, and they all they cry because they're talking.
He's
about
still alive. The Jew.
Yeah. I love her. She's Well, he was alive here.
In season 1, Tony goes, "You know why I keep you around, even though you're a Jew? Because my dad trusted you." God damn. Dude.
That's right. So what? That's true.
I want to hear him talk. I don't want to hear you talk. Okay, here we go.
We all had our turn at bat. We did the routine. I did the same thing. I did all I could for this type of character I'm playing.
He looks like the Rolling Stones. What's his name from Aerosmith? Steven Tyler,
right?
Johnny Depp rolled into a massive person.
Well, yeah, he's in E Street Band. He's been with Bruce Springsteen for 30 years.
He has?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
He's a musician. He's been in the E Street Band for like 50 years.
This is why I wanted to do this right here.
Yeah.
Because I purposely did not look up any trivia on the show whatsoever.
Yeah. No, Stevie Van Zandt, he's not an actor. He was they for some reason, David Chase is a big music guy. And for some reason, he just thought Sylvia was this guy, and he cast him. And like originally, he's not in it a lot. He's kind of just in it sporadically. And then Silvio's wife is played by his real wife, who was an actor for years and never made it. And he said she was an actor. She went to school for this. She never got work
in 4 scenes.
Well, and he said, I want my wife to be my wife of the show because she's an actual actor
Great.
and I'm not. And so I thought that was sweet. It was very sweet.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that whole thing is inside.
Let's hear Paulie Peanuts here.
Yeah.
80-year-old man. These kids today. That's what I said. Everybody went. I got a phone call an hour later.
Chase just awkwardly
from
sitting
David Chase, who tells me, he says, I says, and he says, yeah, you got some bad news. You're not playing that character. I says, Uncle John, thank you. He says, but he says, I got something in mind.
You could tell these guys are still friends.
Oh no, they're all close. Like they're all boys. Yeah.
No, these two have a lot of scenes together.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They must have had so much fun on the show.
I'm not sure. I want you on the show. I haven't decided what you're gonna do.
Okay. It's just so sad.
It's age, it's life.
He's
It's what
great
happens.
in Sopranos. He's one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
characters. Big Puss is my favorite. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the second they reveal that he's working for the feds, I go, oh no.
$14 a pound.
I'm like, he's not gonna make it that long now that I know that shit.
I'm working for I'm working for the FBI. You knew it was coming when you went over my head for promotion.
Man, so I have a couple notes here because I watched all Sopranos and the movie, and then I watched Goodfellas again because I told you I haven't seen it in like a decade.
Right.
But I love the movie. It's on my top 100.
Yeah.
And then I watched Copland.
Yeah.
For the first time, and I realized 3/4 of the movie Copland is in Sopranos.
Yeah.
In major roles.
Yeah. A lot of
That
Sopranos
movie-
actors are in Copland. Yeah.
That movie is just the Sopranos Junior. It's like the preface to Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. A lot of guys.
Even-
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching Copland, and I go, "Why the fuck is Janine Garofalo in here?" And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Wait, she's in Sopranos too."
Yeah.
God damn!
It's right. Yeah.
Holy, she's in an episode with John Favreau. God
Yeah.
damn!
That's right. I forgot about
Like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Even that one caught me off. I feel like only De Niro and Stallone are the only two who aren't in.
I feel like De Niro didn't like Sopranos because they had done Analyze This and That, and it was the same kind of concept.
Yeah.
And I always felt like there was sort of a disconnect that he didn't understand it because De Niro's just an idiot. And
De
he
Niro's
was
a big fucking dummy.
De Niro's fucked up his career for 20 years, and I think I like to think of De Niro, who passed away in 1998.
Right after Ronin. Weird.
Because I can't think of a movie after 98 that he was good in, or was a good movie.
Not good, but De Niro in.
Yeah, like I can't think of anything after 98. Like I really can't.
People do love to analyze this and that, but I just watch it.
The first one's funny. The second one's terrible.
But what year was the first one?
I think like 97.
No, it was after that.
It was right before Sopranos. It was literally right before the Sopranos, like 97. And then Analyze That is 97, and Analyze This is like
99. Same year. Analyze This, 99.
Okay, 99. Yes, it's the same year.
Analyze
well, there you
That
go. Yeah.
Was 2002. I did not see the sequel.
The sequel's terrible.
No, actually, I did. I just remember
It's
that
not
right
good.
now.
Catherine Moriarty's in it. It's not good.
Catherine Moriarty is also in Copland.
Yes, she is.
And for some reason, Peter Berg is fucking her? Is that the plot of that movie?
Yeah, she's having an affair
Why
with
is
her.
he fucking her?
Because he fucks anything. He just whatever.
He's with that girl who's also
Annabella Shiora's right, yeah. Oh, poor you. Throws a beef loin at
kills herself.
Yeah,
where the back of his head. I love that he chokes her.
I've known you.
Quarters of the way to death.
I've known you my whole fucking life.
Okay, let's take a pause.
I didn't
Also,
just meet you.
She's in a movie in my top 5 movies, which is What Dreams May Come.
That's right. She kills herself.
That.
What Dreams May Come.
She kills herself. She has a
again
theme with me.
She likes to fucking kill herself in every movie.
That's what I'm saying. This last week has just been like a connective. Everything's connecting.
Soprano.
All these actors, because I watch Goodfellas, and I don't even need to rewatch Casino because I watch that 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah,
Casino I can just watch when the fuck ever. Goodfellas, I have to be in the mood, which apparently happens once a decade.
No, I watch Goodfellas and Casino just as many times. I don't know. I don't understand.
I like Casino more, way more.
I like them both the same for me. There's something about them. I watch them both equally. I like them
I just
both.
think Casino is a more cohesive movie as far as structure goes.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Goodfellas is a little too loosey-goosey for me.
I don't know. Goodfellas is pretty tight.
No, I'm not. I don't want it. It's just my opinion. I'm definitely wrong if you look at opinions and reviews, but for me, Casino works, and I love everything about it.
I agree. I love Casino. Like Casino, I love more than anything. Fucking Siskel and Ebert. Yeah, Siskel couldn't give it a thumbs up. Didn't like Casino. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you fucking brain dead fuck. And that's what killed him.
I just feel like the stuff with Pacino, or not Pacino, I'm sorry, Pesci. His stuff in that movie follows more of a track, so that way when he dies, I feel it.
Well,
when he kills Billy Bats in Goodfellas, it's like 40 minutes later, in his next scene is him getting killed. I'm like, I didn't even care by then.
Right.
You don't see Joe Pesci for a long time in that movie for no reason. That's what I'm saying. For me, Casino works more of a structure-wise.
Right. But Goodfellas is Henry Hill's story, not Joe Pesci's story.
Yes, but
a Casino. It's Joe Pesci's story, yeah, because he's a big part of that storyline.
They're both very, very, very similar. You can't deny that. They have the multiple narrators. And
all
that. And I just
you have a whore living in your house.
You know what's funny? Because I watched Goodfellas a couple of years after it came out, and then Casino I didn't watch for a long time after that. Like it came out in 95. I probably watched it in like 99, 2000.
Wow, yeah, crazy.
I just put it off because I just thought it was gonna be Goodfellas Part 2 because I already loved Goodfellas, and I watched it and I go, oh, this movie is me, because I watched it the double-decker VHS thing.
Yeah. When it came out on video, I went and rented it and saw it in 1995. Like as soon as it was on VHS, I went and got it to rent to watch, and I loved it.
It's one of the rare movies from the 90s that you had the two VHS tapes. It was that Heat. Why am I blanking? That Heat, Braveheart, and Titanic were all like double VHS tapes.
Well, I think the last double tape set was Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yeah,
I think that's the last one that exists.
But that was like 5 minutes before you bought the DVD anyway.
Exactly, and now it's Blu-ray. Now forget it.
Yeah,
I saw that at the thrift store sealed for $3.
Oh,
Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. I should look that up, see how much it goes for.
Do it.
Maybe I'll go buy that.
But I do like Casino a lot more. Copland, I loved the first time I watched it. And I watched it again a couple days ago. At this point, it was Tuesday, I want to say. No, Monday, Tuesday.
Right.
This week. And I watched it. I'm like, this is a really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
And all I really remember from before when I watched it was the what's his name? Michael Rappaport character. I remember that stuff about how he fakes death.
Superboy.
Yeah. And I remember the cops having a little island there in New Jersey. And I remember what's his name?
De Niro going,
no,
I gave you a chance to be a real cop, then you blew it. You blew it.
No, Stallone is getting his other ear blown out and killing him. I remember that. But I was like, other than that, the movie's actually really fucking solid. And I remember Stallone blowing De Niro out of the water in that movie.
Yeah, no,
Stallone is 10,000 times better than De Niro in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. He never gets credit for it.
Yeah.
And Stallone said that movie ruined my career even more. And I thought it was going to save my career. Like he thought that movie was just ticket out of the shithole.
Yeah, he's depressed. It made him depressed because nobody saw it, and it was like kind of it didn't do well. But it's a great movie. I love Copland.
Well, I think it taught him a lot, and that's why he's so good in Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
another one of my favorite movies.
And then you have a connecting soprano tissue in Copland. You have Edie Falco as the bomb squad technician. You have Robert Patrick as one of the cohorts of Harvey Keitel, who is working for Frank Vincent, who comes later in The Sopranos. He's barely in Copland, but he's still in Copland. He's in like 2 scenes.
He plays
like an alderman or something.
He's on the news.
Yeah, he's like the head of the fund or something. Yeah. But he's more featured in The Sopranos toward the end after Johnny Sacks dies, basically.
Yeah.
Johnny Sacks eats it. And then I like the Robert Patrick storyline is great because he's living in his store, his sports equipment store.
Yes, in The Sopranos. We're getting back to that.
And I remember just watching that season and watching Robert Patrick and hating Robert Patrick so much because he's such a loser. Like how he ruined his kid's life because he couldn't afford college and he gambled all the money away.
When you mentioned to me that Tony goes through a phase of blowing money gambling, I was like, because at that point I already seen the Robert Patrick stuff, and I was like,
yes,
oh, God,
yeah.
I hate watching people gamble money away because it's like so preventable. And I'm like, stop, and it's like, oh, you're just gonna keep okay. It doesn't make me go, oh, he's gonna win. No, I'm like sitting there going, fuck, you're just blowing it. It makes me like angry.
Yeah, that's bad.
But you're not supposed to feel that way about him. Robert Patrick, you're definitely supposed to be angry about because he blows his kids' tuition.
Yeah,
this big school he works so hard for. Because Meadows going to Columbia at that point.
Yeah,
And
She
Robert
got to
Pattinson's kid
Columbia.
is supposed to go to NYU.
Right. And he ends up going to junior college.
Yeah.
He's got to junior college. And then his dad, Robert Patrick, the family leaves him basically. And he's going to go work on a ranch.
Moves to New Mexico or something.
Yeah, that's what. And he's going to go work on a ranch somewhere. And he goes, like, we used to talk about when we were kids. You going to be a cowboy? What are you talking about? When we were kids? Talk about that shit when we were kids. You're an adult. What are you talking about?
And the rest of the series, I'm going, all right, he's going to come back.
Nope.
He's going to come.
Never comes back.
Never
not
comes
even
back.
Not even the last season when you think everybody's going to come back for some kind of cameo or like look at me. I was in this show. Nope, he never comes
Wrap
back.
up. Nope. I do like that they didn't do it in last season, but I thought he would come back like season 4.
Right? Yeah.
You know, Tony, I'm out in Mexico. I'm just visiting my son out here. You know, something like that. I expected something. No, just leaves, goes to Mexico, and they way later. Meadow has a line where she goes, "What's his name's dad is in New Mexico in rehab."
Right.
Like, okay. Yeah. And that's it. That's all you get to hear about him.
Now, okay, I think one of the greatest hours in television history happened in The Sopranos. It is the episode called "The Pine Barrens," directed by Steve Buscemi.
Good episode.
The one where Christopher and Paulie are in the woods with the Russian, and he goes, he was the director of the interior, and Christian, he used to be an interior decorator. Really? His partner looked like shit.
Yeah.
That was, oh God. Probably that episode, when it first came out, we watched it. That was like the finest hour of I haven't had an hour of television that good, I don't think, since. I can't tell you. I think that's a perfect episode. It's hysterical. It's one of the best episodes they've ever made of The Sopranos. It's my favorite episode. And for some reason, I think it won all the Emmys for best directing, best writing. It won a bunch of Emmys. I don't know. I think it was nominated, but it won a few.
I will say,
specifically for that episode,
I laughed the entire way through that episode.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
It starts off, they have to
mustard packets.
All they're supposed to do is Paulie gets called in to take over Sill's pickup for the day because Sill has the flu. That's how it starts off. Sill is out, so Paulie grabs Christopher. They go over to the Russian guy's house. The Russian guy has a bit of an attitude. Paulie doesn't like him. They get into a fight. Christopher hits him from behind with a laptop, and then they beat the shit out of him on the ground. They thought they killed him. They drag him out to the snow in the middle of the northern New Jersey. And then that guy, I'm going to mention loose ends later on, abandoned storylines. Yeah. That's one of them. I was waiting. They even mention it later. Never comes up.
Yeah, it never happens.
He apparently never returned back to his people, which makes no fucking sense.
He probably died out there because they did shoot him in the head. You see blood spray everywhere.
But it goes against his entire character buildup if he died that way.
Well, I think that's the way it is.
But the whole episode is they go out and they're going to dig a hole and they're going to bury him. While they're digging the hole, he gets up.
Yeah.
And he grabs the shovel from Christopher, beats the shit out of both of them with the shovel, runs off, and then the rest of the episode they're chasing him. Paulie's shoe falls off, his foot's going numb.
Yeah.
They find an abandoned van and they're in there. And the part that made me laugh so fucking hard is because the whole beginning part when the dead body was in the trunk, Christopher is like, "Let's stop for breakfast," and Paulie's like, "I can't even do." Paulie is a character actor whose impression of is impossible.
Right. Yeah.
I can't even come close to doing an impression of that actor. Nothing. I'm like, he has a weird lisp, and it's like this bizarre voice you'll never hear again in nature.
Right.
But he's like, "No, we need to bury this body. Let's get out there." So the whole time is they haven't eaten in who knows 24 hours at this point. They go out in the woods and they get in that van, and then. I love the fact that they so easily grab a bag and he goes, "Oh," Christopher goes, "Oh, ketchup packets, ketchup packets." Give me one. They suck him down.
Oh, it's so funny. It's just
another part that I really laughed at is Paulie goes out, he gets a phone call from Tony, and it's like bad reception the whole episode. And he leaves the van and he goes, "Hey, yeah, it's Christopher's fault. He just ambushed him." I don't know, that guy.
Yeah.
You don't realize Christopher hears it, and it's like a weird paranoia thing going on because they already have been arguing for seasons at these two guys.
Oh yeah.
They do not like each other for really no reason.
And Paulie sniffing Adriana's panties.
Oh yeah,
when he comes in, he sniffs his panties, and he's got it when he's getting made. He has to pay for everything that Paulie does. Like he has to give him 5 G's a week. Doesn't matter what's going on. His payout is $5,000. He goes, you could have a week where you make $50,000 or you make $2,000. I gotta get my 5 G's. That's it.
It's the Ray Liotta speech from Goodfellas.
Yeah, pretty
much.
much.
Your store burned down? Fuck you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And
your
it's just,
store went out of business? Fuck you, pay me. That whole scene.
And again, you have the great Paulie Walnuts episode where when Christopher gets shot and he's in the hospital for like second season or third season, it's up there.
Yeah.
Where they kill the kid from the Bronx Tale. He goes, mommy, no. And they shoot him up with Pussy. Tony and Pussy go shoot him up in the park because he goes, you like that soda? It's the last soda you're ever going to drink, you motherfucker. And they shoot him. And then like he goes, mommy, no. I guess that guy really did kill somebody in real life and went to prison for it. But anyway, there's that story.
A show from the shadows.
I can't. The light. I guess I can turn this light on.
I suppose I have to change my background. I didn't realize I didn't do that.
There you go. I have a light above me. But and then you have that episode. But the episode where Christopher comes back with the two guys shoot him because they hate working for Chris and they think that they kill him. They're going to get higher up.
Bros
the two douchebag bros. Yeah,
everything.
They're just idiots. And I'm going to hell, T. I was there. I was on fire. It was hell. And he goes, yeah, there's no such thing. And he talked to Paulie Walnuts. He goes, hey, you're saying 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Like that episode, he goes, well, 3 o'clock. That's when I popped him. I killed him at 3 o'clock. How did you know that, Chrissy? Because he told me. He said he's waiting for you. And then Paulie Walnuts has to go to the psychic in his room. There's some guy's house, and they're all sitting around this semicircle. And the guy's going, I hear, like he says these Italian names. He goes, yeah, what? Whoa! And he starts like getting in. He gets into the details, and he goes, "What the fuck? You tell me I got a bunch of fucking ghouls on me all the time? Like I've got fucking army." And he goes, "I think you should leave now." And then he throws a chair. Goes, "Fucking quiz!" He
throws a chair through the window.
So funny, and that's his reaction. And I love the fact he goes to the church and he goes, I've been giving money to you guys for years. You're done. I'm not giving you nothing. I got ghouls chasing after me. I got ghouls on me or ghosts. You guys ain't protecting me for shit. So I'm cutting you out. I'm not giving you any more money.
I love that Paulie Walnuts is that superstitious. And then when Tony calls him on it in the last season, he goes, you're always chasing ghouls and ghosts and shit.
Yeah.
Your mom, this, my mom. Like, calm the fuck down. Paulie puts Tony in his place there at that point.
Right.
He's like, because I thought they really do a good job of making you think Paulie is going to turn on Tony the entire series.
Yeah.
So much so that look behind us here. I'm going to turn our cameras off for a second here. Look at what Paulie's doing in this shot here.
That was the big mystery for forever.
Yes.
Is Paulie going to get killed by Tony? And it never happens.
And Paulie lives.
Paulie's the only one that lives and gets away with everything.
Syl lives, but he gets shot.
But Syl's like dying. He's not going to make it.
But they don't show him die. They don't even show fucking Tony die.
Well, that's the
ending way later.
Yeah, that's the.
I kind of have a feeling this will be a 2-part thing.
We should, probably.
Sopranos talk.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about because I want to rewatch some episodes and bring them up because I love the episode with Jackie Jr. I like the Jackie Jr. storyline where he comes in and Ralph talks about how when they were young, Tony and Ralph, they robbed the poker game and they weren't made guys and they robbed made guys and like no one got hurt. Like they stole a couple $1,000, whatever. But everybody they all were like, oh, we love the balls on you kids. And that's why Tony got, higher up and Ralph didn't.
Yeah.
And then Jackie Jr.'s like, oh, it's a good idea. But they're so fucking dumb because they got high on coke and they get high on drugs before they go in and do it. So they're juiced up. And then the fucking getaway driver takes off as soon as the guns go. And they kill Paul Mazursky.
Wasn't that getaway driver Jackie Jr.?
Jackie Jr. The guy, they kill Paul Mazursky and they shoot Furio in the thigh. Almost kill Furio.
They kill a made guy and shoot another made guy.
Yeah.
But Tony's was they got caught in the act and they They gave up and they were like,
Right.
"We like the balls," and that was like a
Right.
sweet story. And they're like,
Yeah.
they're fucking killing people.
They just
with
fuck up
shotguns.
so bad. They're so stupid. And that scene where Palmer's just like, "You guys better think about this. Shut the fuck up! Ah! I don't know." And then they shoot him.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, because it's just so stupid.
And he
And
goes
then,
and stays with Omar from The Wire.
Yeah, all for the while. But the best part was when
Michael
Kenneth Williams or Michael Kenneth Williams.
Kenneth Williams.
But that again, like I said, HBO.
Yeah.
You watch The Sopranos, you see people show up in HBO shows 20 years later. They're still working with HBO.
I went back and I looked at because I was looking for the next show I want to watch because we talked about Boardwalk Empire, which I've seen 2/3 of.
Yeah,
and I liked it, but I was like, I don't really need the feel. I don't feel the need to continue with that show.
Well, Boardwalk Empire, the wife, the lesbian wife, was in Sopranos. One of her first jobs was she's the roommate with Meadow when they're having dinner together, and they talk about why that book isn't about a gay man. It's not about gay. Everything's gonna be gay. That one.
Everything's gonna be fags with you, and they're like,
and they're like, oh,
the writer said he was gay. No, it's like,
it's not
come
what it's
on,
about. It's a love story.
It's the Catholic bullshit of I don't
Well,
care.
what's funny, this show was trying to tell us something, and we ignored it. This show saw the woke culture coming. These college-educated children who are awful people and who got into the powers that be, and they're all politically correct. But you saw the blue hair people and the fat dykes, or fat lesbians, who are just awful people in general, who hate everything. And you have to respect their space and all this shit and do this free space.
If I want to molest you, I'll molest you. Well, sorry,
Goddamn right. Just like the Employee of the Month with Dr. Melfi.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dane Cook. Sorry.
Dane Cook. No, but remember that episode when Dr. Melfi gets raped and they never come back to that one?
They did for 2 to 3 episodes. And a huge shout out to Peter. Because he died. He died earlier last year, I want to say.
Whatever. Peter Bogdanovich died from his own farts because he loved to sniff his own farts. That guy's ego was the size of fucking California.
I will not disagree, but also I liked him in the show.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, the show was fun. We always laughed when he was in his ascot. We'd always make fun of him when he shows up on the show. Oh, shut up, Pete.
Yeah, but his whole family's like that. But his role in the show was him.
Yeah.
All he wanted to do, eventually, it degraded to, and she still stayed with him. Let's talk about Tony.
Yeah,
let's talk about that gangster, and she would call him out in his shit, and that's when I really loved her character. Lorraine Bracco's character was calling out Elliot on his bullshit. All you want to do is talk about him because he's famous, get you newsworthy, get your fucking chub off this way, and she's just calling him out. And I'm like, yes, but yes, her rape goes nowhere.
Yeah,
but I think that was on purpose. At least that's how I felt watching it in real time. She has the obvious setup of here I am with a gangster who could kill him. And as soon as she tells Elliot that, I go, she's not going to.
Yeah.
She never does. And she almost does. And is like, no, nothing else to say.
That's the whole point.
And it moves on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was really effective to me. I like that.
No, it was. And I remember being so angry. He's like, fuck, get that guy. Kill him. Kill him. Get Tony to kill him. Do it for you. He'll do it in a second.
And she was especially vulnerable because she got back together with her ex-husband then.
No.
Who, like, victim blamed her. Why were you walking in the...
Right.
I can't, like, if, God forbid, who I don't believe in, but I'm just saying that if my wife were ever, this ever happened to my wife,
no, they'd be
why
dead.
the fuck would I would never say, why were you
no,
anything?
The person would be dead.
Yeah, that person would be dead. I would spend the rest of my life tracking that guy down.
It would be death wish times 1,000.
Or death sentence.
And even if like anybody that I knew that happened to, they're dead. Like I will make it a point to go find them, and that would be that. Like,
but I think that's kind of the point of the scene is he's helpless because he's not that kind of guy. So he goes, I can't. And he blames himself. So he goes, why were you even in that? Like, he's doing that sort of rationale.
Sure, yeah.
So it works
he's playing the typical educated, overeducated.
It's not even beta male.
Upper middle class male.
It's Zeta male.
Well, beta. It's a beta. He's a
no. That's sub beta, man.
He's just a pussy.
He's a pussy. That's sub beta. That's not even like lame.
Well, I think that is beta. That's basically beta. A male feminist. who pretends to be a
What's the
male
next letter in
feminist.
the Greek
and
alphabet?
He's Alpha, Zeta, Beta, Omega,
Alpha,
Beta,
Charlie.
Zeta,
I don't even know.
Tango, Foxtrot, Kilo. But
So
yeah,
after beta, it's
Gamma,
that doesn't help me. How do I say that?
Clita. It's got to be C, right?
Gamma.
Oh,
Then
Alpha.
Let's say
Alpha,
delta.
Beta, Gamma, Delta. Oh, that makes sense. Delta.
Yeah, and then epsilon, and then zeta.
Epsilon, Excelsior.
I'll say he's a delta male.
Delta.
That guy.
There you go. That works.
Because
Yeah.
you're not helping. You're actually making it worse for the person. You're not handling your shit.
Oh, and that was another great episode where Tony comes into the bar, the busy restaurant, and he's with a girlfriend, and then
Vesuvio.
Well, this was some other place in New York, and God, Melfi's there, and Melfi's with her, and she can't get a table, and he gets her a table.
Oh, yeah.
But then the next night they come back in, and the concierge is like, "Oh, Mr. Soprano, I haven't seen you in so long. Mr. Soprano, how are you?" And he was just there the night before with this like big titted whore that he's fucking on the side.
It's the Sopranos, or sorry, it's the Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Friday night was for the girlfriends. Saturday night's for the wives.
For the wives, yeah.
It's the same exact scene, just different.
And then everybody made fun of one of my favorite characters, Bobby Baklava.
I love Bobby.
They made fun of him because he didn't have a Gumar because he loved his wife so much and he never wanted to cheat on her. And they made fun of him because of that, because they're just a bunch of fucking alpha male super testosterone assholes. They're just so bad.
Kind of what I liked about it was they would go, Bobby didn't have a Gumar, and they'd sit there and they go, "Good for him," like quietly.
No, the wife, the girls did. The
actors would just be like, "Yeah, that's a good man." Come on, how do you not? They would just speak out loud how they're supposed to be feeling.
Yeah,
they had a split second there where they're like, "Really? That's impressive." Like, oh, come on, Bobby.
that was another great one. Every time Tony.
Janice.
So, Tony, I get in the show, he was wearing a fat suit, Bobby Baklava, for the first couple of seasons because he's really big. He wasn't that big. They made him look that big. He's a bigger guy, but he wasn't that big.
Really?
So I guess he did wear a fat suit a little bit because he was really big in the first few episodes that he's in.
Yeah.
So I think he was wearing the fat suit if I'm correct. And because he's with Michael Imperioli, they do a show talking about The Sopranos, and they did a tour, they wrote a book together too. So there's a book out there that they wrote about The Sopranos and about their stories and stuff like that.
And because they're literally my two favorite characters.
Chirpa, Daniel Chirpa, or it's Michael Imperioli,
Michael and Bobby.
Yeah, Baklava. Like they were on Joe Rogan together talking about.
I don't want to listen to Joe Rogan though.
Well, they were talking, and Michael Imperioli is very quiet, but he's very, very. Yeah. He seems very shy. Michael Imperioli, and he's very quiet and very thoughtful. And
that's why I love actors like that because he has to play a guy who's just screaming.
Yeah,
because
he's just a psycho. Well, he's a psychopath.
Yeah,
he just kill on a whim, like when he kills poor Tim Daly. He goes to see him that one night, and I hated Christopher when he killed it. Just shot him in it for no reason. And I said, "What a fucking piece of shit!"
He was out his way out the door before he turned around and killed Tim Daly.
And then when they fucked up that waiter. Remember that one scene where it's Paulie and Chris? They're at dinner, and the waiter, they don't pay the bill because the waiter pissed them off, and the waiter comes outside. They throw a rock at him or a brick and hits him in the head, and he's having like a seizure. He goes, "This guy's fucked up, Chrissy. We gotta go. Let's get out of here." And they just drive away.
Kind of what we're getting to earlier is the relationship between Paulie and Christopher is really complicated, but also very similar.
Yeah,
and they even realize after when the hell was that? They have a point where they make up because they're about to kill each other, and they go. They have to apologize, and Paulie's actually the one that makes the first move, and I didn't expect that because Paulie seems really stuck in his ways.
Yeah,
Paulie's like, "We got to let bygones be bygones," and they're in the bada bing. And Christopher's like, "Yes, thank you. Like, we got to let this shit go. Like, I love you too much for this to, just to go any further. It's pointless."
Now, Aid, what?
Oh, it was when they were stealing the power tools.
Oh, is that okay?
It was when they were stealing the power tools it was in the last season, right before Christopher dies.
Now on the show, let's be gross frat boys for a minute. Who's the hottest chick from The Sopranos? Is it Aide?
No.
Or is it Edie Falco?
No, I'm going with a girl from
Annabelle Sciorra. Oh no, yeah, she's beautiful.
In this show, I'm going with her.
Not physically wise, yeah, not personality wise.
The Russian girl is up there.
Yeah, the Russian girl. I always was like, I almost like the Russian girl with one leg better.
Let's be creepy guys here. The Russian girl with one leg.
She was great, and he fucks her.
You
make me feel sorry for a whore that fucks you. And then
I feel like we need to be more focused here.
Well, Meadow, I always hated Meadow. I hated the kids. I hated Anthony Jr.
Meadow
always
was nothing
hated
compared to AJ.
Well, I hated Meadow. I hated Meadow because she just would make it. She would make a point to just hurt Edie Falco's, her mother's feelings every time. Like,
yes.
Oh, I thought we would go have tea at the Russian house, the tea house for years to come, and we would be a tradition. And you'd bring your daughter and my granddaughter. Just, Mom, that's all bougie. I don't want nothing to do with it. And you're a bitch. And oh God, I hate Meadow.
I watched every episode with subtitles on.
Yes, you probably have
so
to.
Therefore, I made images of most of the main characters with my own subtitles, if you will.
Oh, very nice.
So this is what I was doing earlier this afternoon. Here's Meadows.
Is this before or after the nose job?
Before.
That is absolutely before. Look at that nose.
Yeah. So for Meadow, I got complains about injustice and got you voice.
Yeah.
That's all she fucking did.
She did that a lot. Yeah.
I do have everyone else, but I'll come up with them as we talk about them.
I did the FBI characters. No, that was one of the hottest girls was the FBI agent that was married to Will Arnett.
Yes.
The FBI
Why was she
agent.
constantly in a bra getting ready in front of a baby?
Because she's hot and she can get away with it because it's The Sopranos.
I like the fact that she's in those scenes with her bra, and then when it didn't make sense to have her in a bra anymore, someone else took over.
Right.
Like some older lady came up and tries to be friends with Adriana. And I'm like, come on.
And then they just pull everybody away and they basically make Adriana come in and be a stoolie.
I don't have her saved, obviously. I have the main characters from the family.
Oh, one of the hottest women on that show was when he went to Italy and he saw the matriarch. Well, she was hot.
I can see why Tony's attracted to her, but for me, I was like,
well, I like a little color and spice to a woman.
Well, clearly I do too.
Oh yeah, right. If she's from Hawaii, it doesn't count. It's not the Mediterranean.
Does that not count?
Hawaii's that alien cartoon movie.
Wow.
Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is from Hawaii.
So is Moana. That girl's got an ass. She's not from Hawaii though. She's from
she's from Guam or something.
No, it's the Polynesian Islands.
Yeah, something like that. It was Northern
Islands.
Islands.
Okay, so yeah, the kids are annoying as fuck, and they both are coming at it from a different perspective, which I kind of appreciate, but also hate both those kids because they both know their dad's in the mob. Yeah. In the first 2 seasons, they have those conversations between the siblings.
Right.
Do you not realize what dad is? That part was fun.
Yeah.
But then they do not discuss it again.
No.
And I was like, I really wish they were learning this together. And that was part of the show is, they see the newspaper when Tony gets arrested or something.
Well, they go into it with AJ because when he gets older, he gets used more. And like they want AJ because AJ's, your dad's Tony Soprano. So you're like connected. We should hang out. And he sees like that one episode where he's going out with the real rich people.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend is in lives in a giant mansion. That's just one of their houses. Like those are the real rich people. And they're just kind of like you slumming to say, I'm hanging out with a gangster because it's cool. Like they don't like him. They like
I actually thought his
of
girlfriend
him.
There did like him. But his
I always felt like Paul Dano was one of his friends. Paul Dano was in The Sopranos.
No.
Yes, Paul Dano is one of his friends in The Sopranos. He is in a Soprano episode getting high with AJ. He's one of the kids in the dorm or something. I can almost swear Paul Dano is in The
Oh
Sopranos.
my God, he is.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, Paul
You know
Dano's
what's
in The
funny
Sopranos.
is I was sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
Here's why I said no so many times. Paul Dano's in my top 5.
Well, I know. That's what I mean. Yeah.
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 That's why you brought it up.
Another
Also,
connection. Yeah.
I watched it and I'm going to go, that kid look a lot like Paul Dano, but it's not.
It's
him.
Paul Dano. No.
And then I moved on with my mind.
Yeah.
Now hearing that and seeing his picture here.
No. This is not how this was supposed to go. No.
That is the best. And
AJ Soprano.
God damn, I love Paul Dano.
He's great.
He is great. He's underrated as shit. He's my new Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard is another guy I talked about for 20 fucking years. Nobody listened to me, and now we see all these appreciation posts.
Oh,
about him.
now he's.
Where the fuck were you?
They're gonna give him his Oscar for most appreciative actor.
No, just like people like. Remember, I brought up in one of the first episodes of this show. Like, I love Matthew Lillard, and people are like, "Why?" I'm like, "The guy's fucking great. What are you talking about?"
Look at his filmography; he's great. He's
Yeah, but it was back, doing the Scooby Doo era. I'm like, "The guy's great."
That's for money. Like, fuck, what
I know.
I'd do for money. Fuck you.
And he
It's a
worked
job,
perfectly for
man.
that movie. I don't care.
Yeah, he's fine. It's for kids. Fun. It's for kids.
Okay,
James
so
Gunn wrote those movies for God's sakes. And now look at his career. He's fine. His career's on fire. That fucking guy.
here's what I have for AJ. Let me pull up this image.
Which was it from earlier or newer AJ? Because he was a fat little bitch in his youth, and he was a skinnier kid as he got. Why about just after reading one adult book?
That's what I got for AJ.
There is no God. Hey,
He reads one book and is like, you know what? Fuck everything.
Yeah, no, because he's an idiot. He's just an idiot. He's so stupid. And I love the part where I'm gonna put you through your goddamn window or through the fucking wall. What is Tony? Oh, that was one of the best episodes of Sopranos.
It was
when he goes into the Melfi, and the cut is I think I hate my son. It's that rub. I think I hate my son.
I think I hate my son.
And there's a scene where he's just looking at he's looking at AJ, and you can see he's just like he hates him so much. This hate is rising in him, and he's just like, I wish I could kill this kid. And it's like, I agree, you should.
Well, here's what I wrote for
worthless
Dr. Melfi.
Oh yeah. Trying to decide if she's a part of the actual show, decide to stay silent to avoid suspicion. It's not wrong.
Didn't it feel like she was not on The Sopranos?
Well, she was originally Edie Falco's part. And she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to be
She did that in Goodfellas.
She didn't want to be the mobster's wife again.
Yeah.
So she said,
I can see why.
I'll be Dr. Melfi because I get to sit down the whole time.
But she's barely in the show, and I'm like, I like her. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, he's stuck on her because he wouldn't visit her for like 7 episodes in a row.
Yeah, that's the weird side of me sometimes. I like older women, and Dr. Melfi, kind of sexy. Lorraine Bracco as Dr. Melfi, kind of hot. I kind of always thought, you know what? I'd rather do her than Edie Falco.
Don't you want to just scream at her though?
Oh, absolutely, all the time. Screams through marinara. He's a fag.
By the way, you nailed that. By the way.
Oh yeah, I've seen that so many times. What the fuck? I don't care. What the fuck? Good. He was a good earner. He was my best earner. And then
here's what I wrote for Bobby
when his son shits himself in the shower.
Bobby
decides he will stick dick in Janice. Ugh. I hate Janice so much. When she slubs her way over to his house when his wife dies.
She just died.
Oh, I hate her so. I hate Janice.
That's her big ziti.
Hate her.
Her last big ziti.
Yeah. Oh, she's the
whole time. She's like 4 episodes in a row. She's like, no.
I wrote, and then she's dating that with the Jesus freak for a couple of seasons.
The narcoleptic Jesus freak,
which is one of the funniest bit is when he comes in.
Hey, have you heard the news?
When Tony wakes up, Jesus Christ. That's right. You're right.
You heard the news.
That's right. That's one of the best. It's such a great running gag for so long, and then all of a sudden, the payoff is Jesus Christ. That's right. Just brilliant. And that's why the show. That's why the show was so. But the problem was toward the end, they had a lot of dream sequence stuff. A lot of dream.
Most
in the beginning, most of the show is, and that's Terrence Winter, and that's because Terrence Winter does Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire has a similar function. There's a lot of that dream sequence, a lot of George Young shit going on where you're like, okay, I get it. You went to college, we get it. You're playing the union shit, I get it. The Red Book, thank you. Move on. Freud bullshit. Like, you're smart, I get it. I want to see Tony whack some people. Let's get into that. Let's see Tony whack some guys.
I was amazed in the first 3 seasons. I could count how many deaths on screen there were in both hands.
Right, there's a lot.
And after that,
that's it. Yeah, not much.
No, after that, I'm like, no idea.
No, well,
because New York gets involved and everyone's dead.
Well, at the end, because they have the war. The war happens and they kill Frank Vincent.
I couldn't keep track after that.
Yeah, and they kill everybody. Yeah,
but Tony doesn't kill his first guy until the end of season 2, I think it is. He goes, him and his AJ or him and Meadow go to tour college, and he kills.
Yeah, that's first season.
Yeah, but
he kills the rat.
First kill was way late, and then he doesn't kill another person until the. I don't think
he kills pussy. He kills pussy.
Yeah,
and he kills.
Oh, speaking of pussy.
Oh, what's his meme? Well, it's gone. It's not here.
This is his subtitle.
We're gonna show a picture. Contemplates his yo-yo betrayal.
He spent a season and a half going, I love Tony. I love to.
Right,
you know what? Fuck Tony.
Yeah.
You know, I love the guy. He does a lot for me.
He's my friend. What do you want from me? And that was actually a good season too, because like when he talked to AJ, and then he goes in the bathroom and just cries.
Oh yeah,
that episode. That's a great one. There's so much. There's so many good. The fucking food poisoning one is great. When they go to Indian food, and she goes, the fucking Indian food. That is so racist. Meadow gets pissed off, and then they have those cartoon fart noises. It's like the so obvious cartoon fart noises, which almost cheapens it, but also it's genius because it's so fucking funny. But it's like borderline cartoony, where you're just like, is that like, do they really need to have like it's like over the top?
Like that's just how James Gandolfini was that week when they shot that episode.
You think that was him actually farting?
I don't want to do. Oh God! And he left the scene. Yeah, that worked really well.
And then Vesuvio. No, that was not me. I did not do that. Come on now. I didn't do it. You fucking poisoned me, you son of a fucker. I didn't do it. Hey, I feel vindicated.
Very familiarly. Artie.
Artie, who's in a bunch of movies too. That guy shows up in a bunch of stuff. Yeah. He's in Copland too, but he was in another movie where I forgot what it is. Never mind. But he's in it. He's really good in it. But it's like he doesn't play that part at all. Bitches about bitching while denying bitching.
This is her CGI head.
That's her CGI.
I had to use this still because I was like, okay.
And bitches about bitching
while denying bitching. The fuck out when they showed this scene. I was like, stop it.
Oh, that outfit is just
until
I
saw this CGI a monstrosity in the last shot of the show.
Oh, right. Meow's the computer. That's his suntan.
No. Did you not see the cat?
Oh, no, I didn't see the cat. Go back.
The CGI cat?
Oh.
I was like, why is this CG? Oh, it's so creepy looking.
Oh, I can't tell from this picture. It looks like it's there.
No, it's awful.
Wow, really? That's kind of odd. I wonder what that must mean something. Again, you got to go deep in these because they like to go that esoteric visual. Like the cat means Paulie's going to die, but he doesn't know it yet because of his vanity. I don't know. Something Greco-Roman, mythical callback to, oh, this is the Euclid theory of damnation. Like, what? Shut up.
Oh, I want to show the CGI cat here if I can.
If you can move it. Oh, good luck with that. They'll come down with a fury with you. HBO has the power. I am talking about the power.
I just want to see if it's on this YouTube clip here.
Steve Buscemi's character was only in one season, right?
Yeah.
And he gets Tony. It's Tony's cousin. And I always felt like Tony does a mercy killing on him because Frank Vincent wanted to torture him, like really mutilate him. And he finds him and kills him quick, puts him out of his misery because he's not going to make it.
Yeah, if Steve Buscemi wants to be a legit guy, they spend way too much time
on his massage parlor,
the Korean laundromat guy.
Yeah.
It's like this. He lucks out and gets this lucky deal.
Well, he finds a bag of drug money that somebody just throws out, and they find it in the street, and he takes that and he buys his business or whatever. And then he kills
builds
somebody.
it all up, the whole inside, and then he beats the shit out of that guy and knocks him to the koi pond, kills a bunch of fish.
Yeah.
And then he just he's already been killing people for New York, and then he just keeps doing that, and then Tony has to be like, shows up with a shotgun at his little house there when he's in hiding.
I thought it was because Frank Vincent wanted to kill him.
Yeah, because he killed Frank Vincent's brother.
Right, yeah, and he's going to catch him, and he's going to torture him. Yeah. He's going to make it and that's why Tony is basically mercy killing him because he knows eventually they're going to find him. If he can find them, Frank Vincent's going to find them, and that's it. And so because I remember that episode where he waits for him to walk through the rickety screen door, and he's boom, blows him with a double barrel shotgun, just in the face, just blows back.
Yeah, and then he calls Frank Vincent. He calls Jackie, or no, what's his name?
Johnny Sachs.
Johnny Sachs, and he goes, here he is. Here's his location. And then Frank Vincent shows up, and then he's like, ready to go in the door. And he's like,
yeah.
And immediately cuts that won't do it, Tony. That didn't do it. That didn't cut it. He's not happy. Johnny Sachs. Yeah. He's angry. You already killed him.
And Johnny Sachs and his fat wife.
Oh, yeah.
Who he loved no matter what. He's just like, I don't care
about the weight.
What are we doing? What I thought you were, because she caught her eating candy bars.
When he catches her down in the basement,
that was the funniest shit.
I thought he was gonna kill her, and I'm like, all right.
It showed the nice side of Johnny Sachs. He's like, no, he loves his wife. He really does. He genuinely loves his wife
and Bobby.
Kids. Yeah, he genuinely does. And he's just like, no, I always loved you. It doesn't matter how big you are. I think you're beautiful. And very sweet stuff. It's just, why not? And then, oh, God, his daughter gets married, and they get pissed off because he cries when he's pulled away. Fucking Johnny crying like that. Fucking pussy. Unbelievable.
I want to talk about, especially leading into the, what's his name?
Johnny Sack, Carmine, or?
No, the
idiot Carmine's son.
The gay
idiot
character
in Florida. Oh, Vito.
Let's save that for part B.
Oh yeah, no, Vito. I can talk about for 2 hours.
Yeah, that.
I love you, Johnny. I love you, Johnny Cakes.
Johnny Sachs crying. Let's save that for our second part.
Yes,
because I think we're good here. Let's talk about the movie and get that out of the way.
Right. Well, Many Sense in New York is a prequel.
Yes,
and it stars Tony Soprano is played by James Gandolfini's son. Who does a good job. He's a good actor. He's actually a good actor.
He's barely in it.
He's not in a lot, but John Berthnall's in it, and I saw him in interviews, and he looks like a nice guy. Like everybody loves him, and like all the actors that were really, the camaraderie was there. You can tell, and like I remember John Bernthal. John Bernthal, Tony Soprano's kid.
They love him. Okay,
Gandolfini, whatever his name is, I can't remember the top of my head. But you think like, oh, it's nepotism, but it works because like he is an actor.
He looks like him,
and he looks like him, and it works because he talks like him. He pulls his dad, and it's kind of weird because like his dad died when he was like 13, something like that.
Here's how I know it worked personally.
Yeah.
I watched the movie. I go, that kid was barely in it, but I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
Let's read the trivia. that was his fucking son. I had no idea until afterwards. So that's how I know it worked.
Right. Yeah.
No,
and he does a good job, and it's a decent movie. I remember I watched it on HBO Max when it came out. I didn't go to the theater because I had HBO Max when it streamed, basically the day of release, which was awesome because that was COVID gave me a gift in that because shit, you just watch movies from home. That was great. But I remember watching it and being like, because everybody kind of talked shit on it. It's not a bad movie. It's fine. It's not amazing, but it's
solid 6.
It's serviceable. Yeah, it's a fine movie. The main actor, Pollux Troy, is great. I like him a lot. He's very good in it.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was waiting for him to come up. I thought I would be the one to say Pollux Troy, but here you are. I named my dog Pollux Troy after this actor.
That's right.
No, it's Pinky. I love Pollux Troy in the movie Face Off more than Nick Cage. And Alessandro Nivola is that.
What's his name? Because I cannot remember his name to save my life.
Alessandro Nivola.
Alexander.
I remember his first name, but never his last name. I'm looking on IMDb right now. But the guy is in a bunch of movies. You don't recognize him.
No.
In Pollux Troy, he looks like a very, very white man with curly hair.
Yeah.
In the rest of the movies, he's like an Italian dude. That's what he is.
And he's Italian. He's 100% Italian. That's crazy.
The guy is so fucking good in Face Off. And in fact, he has his IMDb is known for is Many Saints in Newark, #1. He didn't know. He signed on to this movie not knowing he was playing the main character because he's just like, because you hear the Sopranos prequel, you're thinking I'm playing Christopher's dad. I'm playing Dickie Moltisanti. Okay, I'm probably in a couple scenes.
Right.
Oh, I'm the main character. Okay, I had no idea. I love that about him. He just signed on already and just didn't realize. He only got his scenes, a couple scenes.
I love the fact that Ray Liotta plays twins.
Yes, I will talk about that in a second.
And he kills one of them.
Alessandro is next. American Hustle. He plays Anthony Amato. Disobedience, and then Face Off. Pollux Troy. But his character, Pollux Troy, when he has that scene with when Castor visits him in prison, and Pollux is like, hey, "What is my medication?"
Yeah.
He talks like this the whole time. And he dies, and Travolta has to tie his shoes together.
Yeah.
He's like a child, and
casings fit like a condom.
But I love his childlike innocence. But then in that one scene, he's severely suspicious. He's like,
"Yeah,
did you change faces with a federal agent, bro?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "How the fuck did?" So when he got our new dog there, Pollux, he's in the back seat and he's like, "Huh, what are you guys doing?" And he's like figuring us out, and I'm like, "This motherfucker's like Pollux Troy. He's got Pollux Troy disease. He just knows what we're doing up here."
His pinky paw went up. Hi,
Yeah.
bro.
He's got that weird thumb thing right here.
Bye, bro.
He's got this. Hey, what are you guys doing?
Now
you taking me somewhere else?
And also, he's the guy in Jurassic Park 3. He's the main guy, and you don't even realize that until you see the movie.
Billy Brennan.
And I guess at the time, because I remember Sam Neill was talking about in the interviews, they said, oh, you're going to be the franchise. It's going to continue, do you think, after this movie? And he goes, I don't know. He said, I think they want to continue it with him, that character, because he was like the kind of the action hero in that movie. So can you imagine if he ended up getting a Jurassic Park franchise, but they never bring it back because Jurassic Park 3 sucks so bad that it's one of those movies that just no one wants to talk about, and everybody forgets about.
You bring back Sam Neill, but you get rid of the main creative voice of that franchise. What the fuck else is going to happen?
Who's the main voice?
Spielberg.
Spielberg, yeah.
He's gone for 3.
Long gone. He didn't want to.
Sam Neill will save this. You're like, you fucking crazy?
So apparently I heard some interesting trivia about that the other day. I guess Lost World was pretty much like wham, bam, shoot it, run, forget it kind of a movie. And I guess originally it wasn't supposed to end in San Diego. They were going to say that for the 3rd movie. But then Spielberg lost interest. He said, let's just do it in this one and get over with, because I'm sick of this movie. I don't want to do these anymore. And so he's like, I'm done with this. I don't need to come back.
And this is Spielberg during my personal preference, his prime.
At this point?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what Jurassic Park 3 came out in 2001. So that was AI.
AI was 2001.
Well, yeah, no, AI.
No, but you get Amistad. You get
Jurassic Park was 2001 though. Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, because Jurassic Park is 93. Schindler's List is 93.
No, but 97 was Amistad, and then
Amistad.
You get a little later. Eventually, you get Minority Report in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Well, you get Minority Report.
And you get Munich.
Munich, which is my
that little Jurassic
movies.
Park to Munich is like my favorite. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say you're right.
I'm not a big early Spielberg fan, really. I don't like Close Encounters that much.
I kind of like him more in that era, but yeah,
you do. But
yeah,
I'm
more of the proto Spielberg.
I
love Jaws,
except for Indiana Jones. I just
love Indiana Jones. Love Duel. Loved his Night Gallery episode.
But
growing up watching it.
This is my era of Spielberg.
Yeah,
I say Jurassic Park to Munich.
It's a good era.
It's a great era,
and he hasn't recovered since.
And since Munich,
shit.
I've watched like 2 of his movies.
I never watched
Terminal.
Terminal was dumb.
And that was a year after Munich, I believe. 2004.
No, Munich was 2005.
Was it Munich 2003?
No, Munich was 2005.
Oh, no.
It was the same year as Revenge of the Sith because it came out Christmas 2005.
When did the Terminal come out?
Terminal was 2004, I think.
Okay, yeah, before. What the fuck? I have no explanation then.
Yeah. No, yeah, 2004. Don't check that. Hold on. Terminal. I'm pretty sure it's 2000 because this was the point where Spielberg was making a movie a year. Like he was making them quite a lot at this point. Terminal 2004, Tom Hanks.
Munich was okay. Yeah, 2005 probably.
I know for a fact. 2005 was.
That sounds about right.
Munich.
But how is Terminal that shitty and Munich that great? And just confusing to me.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I think it's just the script. It's the story. It's like who cares? It's Spielberg trying to do a 1940s movie.
But the movie fucking sucks.
Did you ever see Bridge of Spies?
No, because after Munich, it turns out I thought it was the other one that started it, but it turns out it was Munich, and I love Munich, and I saw it in the theater, and I was like, "That's a great movie."
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I love Munich. Yeah,
and then after that, I just didn't give. The last one I saw after that was 2008 with Indiana Jones 4, and I go, "Nope."
Well, that
done with you, done with you, sir. I have not seen a single. I don't think I've seen a single Spielberg movie since then.
I liked Lincoln.
Didn't see it.
I like Lincoln. I gave it a 7.
Didn't see Rin Tin Tin.
I saw The Adventures of Tintin. Actually, The Adventures of Tintin, the action set pieces are pretty amazing.
I didn't see Horse Fuckers.
I didn't see War Horse either.
Horse Fuckers is what I call it.
Horse Fuckers Incorporated.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off. I didn't see the fucking West Side Story remake.
I didn't watch that either. I did watch BFG.
Spies. I didn't watch the Post. I didn't watch
the Post. I have no interest in watching the Post.
I didn't watch anything after Indiana Jones 4.
Bridge of Spies isn't terrible. It's not a bad movie, but it's just kind of boring.
Did Mark Rylance deserve the Oscar? Is the question.
Yes. Okay. Mark Ryan's great,
but the movie looks like it sucks.
Well, the movie looks like Janusz Kaminski shot it. It looks like Minority Report, but in the 60s. And it's like got the same look, the same sepia tone look, the same just that color correction thing that he does, that silver nitrate look that he does. Janusz Kaminski does like in every movie now with Spielberg. It just
looks like
they all look the same.
He skipped the Sylvia nitrate negative and like Three Kings it worked with.
Right, yeah.
But that movie's way fucking better than most Spielberg movies, if you ask me.
And David Russell, I hate most of his movies.
I fucking hate David Russell, but I love Three Kings.
Though I don't know, David Russell makes me laugh just because he's out of his mind crazy. But still, it's just like
the man will call Lily Tomlin a cunt to her face.
You see, I mean, you gotta watch those tapes; are amazing.
I watched the Lily Tomlin one where she's throwing shit at the desk, going, "Do not call me that."
And he hits somebody, like he throws a book and hits somebody. I don't know if it was an extra or it was some person who got beamed with him throwing shit.
Speaking of Alessandro Nivola, he's in American Hustle, a movie that is dumb as shit.
And I hate that movie. I hate that.
That movie's dumb as shit. It felt like everyone was pretending so hard.
Oh, I guess the original writer for American Hustle. I guess they interviewed him and they said like, well, yeah, because it's a big movie. David Russell, Jennifer Lawrence, and this is them when they were in their prime. And the guy was like, well, it was good until David Russell rewrote the whole script and ruined it. But whatever.
I can see that being a good movie. I really can.
And it happened because like you see the Mop movie when he did that the Mop movie with Jennifer Lawrence because he's worked with Jennifer Lawrence like 50 times.
The what movie?
The Mop movie, Joy. It's about the woman who made the mop.
I did see Joy. I thought you were saying Mott, M-O-T.
Oh no, Mop, the Mop movie, but
M-O-P.
The woman who invented the miracle mop.
Like, yeah. Jennifer Lawrence is really good in that movie, though.
Yeah,
but the movie sucks.
The movie sucks, and the person who wrote it said the same thing. It was a great script, and then David O. Russell came in and rewrote it, and that's nothing like what that movie was supposed to be. They say everybody was like that script.
American Hustle had all this Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
It's a decent movie, but Jennifer Lawrence sucks in it.
Yes.
Because she's like a 20-year-old playing an adult, and she feels like she's playing dress up.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
It does not work.
Yeah, just like Jay Ballman said. He says, I always look at Jennifer Lawrence, I think she's a kid playing dress up in adult clothes.
I wrote that before I saw the review, and I'm like,
yeah.
That's part of the reason I like that show so much. I'm like, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It feels like that.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah.
And then
I did a review for it when it came out, and I was like, yeah, well, there you go. I'm not the only one. Okay, good. Because I like the movie.
Right.
Christian Bale's good in it, and even Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I like both of them, yeah.
And she was fucking terrible. I just hated her. But
now she hasn't done anything in a while. I think she kind of got pride there because I think she kind of.
Once you see her asshole in posts being leaked online.
Oh, I love those pictures. She's fucking dirty. You know she knows how to fuck. She's a dirty girl, that Jennifer Lawrence. Those
weird
pictures
are. I've seen her asshole.
Like those were hacked, personal photos to her boyfriend at the time.
So bad.
And like, what a lucky man that Nicholas.
Not her fault.
No, not at all.
And
it's but again, if you're a fucking celebrity female, don't take nudes because they're going to leak. The technology is thus where someone can hack your phone so easily, it's not even funny. Like, so don't take nude pics. Don't be
fucking
stupid.
Happened to what's her name? Who looks snooty as shit?
Scarlett Johansson.
No,
she got hacked. Everybody got hacked.
No, she's not snooty. The girl from Elizabeth Winstead. What's her name?
Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She got nudes, and I like her reaction. Which is, those are for my husband. If you want to look at those, you're a creep and have fun. I don't.
Was
that all she said?
Was that her? Well, back when she was married to not Ewan McGregor.
I don't know who she's married to, but I like her reaction to it. She handled it like a fucking champ.
Now
She didn't go, I'm so. Why are you looking? She just went, those are for my husband. You're a creep if you're looking at them. Have fun with them, I guess.
I will have fun looking at them. Sorry, I'm a creep. I guess I'm a creep. Call me creep. I don't care.
So the movie, Many Saints of Newark. I didn't realize how clever the title was until after I watched it.
Right, yeah.
Trivia.
Because they explained what that means.
Because Moltisanti means many saints.
Right, yeah.
In Italian. So many saints.
And all the Moltisantis
of Newark.
And
it's a clever title. It really does work.
And they all have tragic endings. They all have this tragic murder, death scenario.
Yes.
They never come out of it alive. Life kills them.
Moltisanti family, which I found interesting. The reason I was so into the movie is because, like I said, Imperial Leone is the reason I watched the show. The show. So I'm sitting there watching. He's narrating.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there like trash talking Tony.
Yeah.
And I love when they introduce his baby, and they go, "Here's baby Christopher." And Tony
right, yeah.
How you doing, your nephew?
Yeah.
And the Italian mom's like, "Babies can see things from the other side. He must know something." I'm like,
yeah. Well, it was the old Italian woman. That's what I was trying to tell you. That scene. I didn't ruin it because I told you that scene's going to pop up.
I didn't like that scene because it was way too obvious.
Well, that's the thing.
It was like
too on the nose.
It was a big fucking wink to the audience. And I'm like,
I kill him later.
My mom's sitting there watching. I go, it's because he kills him later. You get it? And she goes, Oh yeah, because I was explaining the show to her.
Oh, she's watching the movie.
My
You
mom
can't watch
in the
you
town
can't
on
watch the-
Saturday.
Oh,
I
it's
finished it on
hilarious.
Monday and watched the movie there in front
Watch
of her.
Now, Mom, don't ask me questions. I can't tell you. But
No, she saw the last 2.5 episodes of Sopranos, and then
Oh,
she saw
God.
this movie.
Jesus, that's a whirlwind.
But I go, that's the reference there. It's
Yeah.
really on the nose.
Really on the nose, it is.
I don't know what to say to you. I'm sorry.
Now, do you is it implied that Christopher Salte's mother is the girl that he killed on the beach? That
I
big
have
nose, because
some
they have the
questions.
same nose. They have the same nose.
Can we save this for part 2?
Yes.
Because we're gonna finish Sopranos and this movie in part 2.
Yeah, because I need to go watch some more episodes of Sopranos to
Yes.
sort of get some. Because I haven't watched it in a long time.
And also, I actually want to look into some stuff before we do part 2.
Okay,
This is fully deserving of a part 2.
Yes, there's a lot
We
going on.
haven't even discussed Joe Pantaleone in
Nope.
the Sopranos. We haven't discussed. I have all these. I have a list of abandoned storylines. here we haven't talked about.
Richie Aprile, who's one of the best
Richie
villains on the
Aprile,
show.
Jackie Aprile Jr.
Uncle Junior shooting Tony.
Yes.
Gabaza!
His monster face when he doesn't have teeth.
Crazy.
I told my wife about that scene. I go, it's like a horror movie. He comes out and he has no teeth and he's like in the shadows. He goes, ah! Shoots him.
Because he thinks Tony's trying to kill him because he's somebody
Yeah.
from the past. He's
But
shut
it
from
was-
the past because his mind's going.
Well, let me show that while we're here.
Gabaza! He says something. Oh! Tony's reaction to getting shot. Oh! Flashes back to the other time he's confused.
Here's my Paulie.
Lisp out of thread.
Here's Ralphie.
Thinks about cheese grater on balls.
He's smiling.
He doesn't like to fuck. Mumbles and Al Pacino. Yeah, that was a great Mumbles and Al Pacino. That was a great first season bit where he would do Michael
He does it like
Corleone.
6 times.
And then you never see it again. It never comes back. Screams in heroin dialect. Christopher. Cries while preparing meals. Carmela. And I battered in New Jersey accent. Poor Drea Timoteo.
Adriana.
Who left the show to go do Joey.
Then she showed up in Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, she's done that for a while. She works.
The exact same role.
Pretty much. Well, that's all she's got. That's all she's going to be.
She plays Jax's girlfriend. Or
ex-girlfriend.
I mean, yeah. And
Right.
she has
Yeah,
a baby.
Right. And
She has a baby there, though. We'll give her that.
Yeah.
In this show, she couldn't get there.
I couldn't have a child. I can't get pregnant.
I got an abortion in 1992.
Got an abortion. That's right, yeah. Oh my God, Christopher. Oh, he's
I
smoking.
wonder why I can't have a child.
All this coke I'm doing and smoking and drinking.
I own a club. Let's show 2 bands that are terrible.
Spike up. That's what Michael Imperioli
All right.
says.
Yeah, let's pause on Sopranos and Many Saints in Newark. We still have a lot left to say about.
We'll
both.
come back to this. Yeah, there's a lot to go.
I'm glad we didn't finish either one, so we can do the exact same title and just carry it over.
Yeah,
we'll be back for part 2 here eventually. I don't know when, couple weeks, next week, who knows? But let's get out of here, right?
Yeah,
I think we did enough for part 1.
I think so. That's fine.
I didn't realize it was part 1 until we.
Yeah, so we started talking about it. We realized, it's like I said, 23
We have
years.
so much left to go.
23 years of history right here.
Exactly. Let's finish it later.
Yeah.
I just realized what my title says. I meant to do this. Let me change my name. It still says Phoenix Saw Black Man West.
Well, there's black actors in Sopranos.
I meant to do this.
Oh, there you go.
Racism is what I'll add to our list to talk about.
Let's try. Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
Tony's got some fucking issues.
Well, it's the typical Italian, old school Italian. We don't mix races. You stay on your side, we stay on our
Even
side.
Carmela's a part of that, but we'll discuss that in part 2.
What's that?
As
It's that
well
old
as
school
Ralphie
mentality,
and more
yeah.
Steve Buscemi and more the Apriles and the Johnny Sacks parts, and when he escapes the feds and Johnny Sacks' land.
That's right, yeah. And the crack house, we have to get rid of the crack house
Oh, yeah.
because they got to sell that property.
That starts the feud with Johnny Sacks.
Yeah, and then they have that one scene where they're trying to collect on the Starbucks. It's not a Starbucks, but it's like a coffee chain. And they go, "You got to pay us. You know, if you want to do business in this square, you're gonna have to pay us. You know, for protection." The guy's like, "Look, I'm just the manager, the district manager. He's the one in charge of all this."
Very, very end.
Towards the end, but it was just like discussing that idea. Yeah,
and you never see them again.
Nope. And then his brother died. The twin brother that got killed. The Tony Soprano killed the twin brother, and his twin brother works for Tony, and he tries to kill him later in the show, and then he just pisses in his pool instead. Remember that part? He's the character. Pool. He's the character that goes to Annabelle Sciorra and says, "Stay the fuck away from Tony Soprano. Shut up and listen. Or they're gonna be. It won't be his face. The last face you see will be mine, and they will be wiping your nipples off the fine leather seats."
Don't remember that. Looking forward to talk about it though.
Oh yeah, that's the.
If you think of anything throughout the week, let me know. I'll put it.
No, I'm gonna rewatch. I want to revisit Sopranos this week, and I'll bring up stuff.
Let's watch the last season again.
That'll that one is rough because I don't really like the last season that much, but I do. Yeah. I hated home movies. The first episode of the part 2, where they're vacationing and they have that fight. I just thought, oh, that's annoying. That was like because he calls Janice a whore and Bobby punches him or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
Bobby fight.
I liked the episode until that. Then I was like, here we go. But it was fun until because they're all like shit faced making fun of each other. Well, I'll put that in the list here. Family.
Oh, and Tony Soprano's mother-in-law is the mother-in-law in Goodfellas. Same Jewish.
Oh, yeah. The this kind of menace style. Like, what kind of family are they? What kind of people are they? That lady.
Yeah, that's her.
She makes him hide the cross in Goodfellas.
Yeah,
you're half Jewish. Hey,
only the good half. You're half Jewish. Only the good half.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
All right, so I won't give it a rating yet because we're not done either one. But let's get out of here. Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dick.
So long, citizens. So I do the theme song again. I don't know how to end this.
Yeah, do the theme song.
Let's do it again.
We hear
Let's
twice.
The camera awkwardly.
There you go.
My headphones are shaking on my head.
Sounds like an 80s like clubhouse show.
Well, when I originally did the theme song with Michael, the guy who made it, I was like, do this, do this, do this. It was the exact theme song from The Office. He goes, play. And I go, oh, and we all went, no, stop.
We're going to get sued.
This is just The Office theme song. In my head, it was different, but when you put it together, that's just The Office. Let's change it.
Oh, no.
I had the original edit saved. I don't know what happened to it after all these years. You know, it's been 9 years. This is year 10. This is season 10 of the show.
Jesus.
So long, citizens.
Night.
Good night. Bye. All right.
Yes, I